like, you'd listen to podcasts and stuff would go on in the States and you'd want to comment on it and you just had no way to talk to anyone.
Right.
I remember I did an interview with Variety Magazine and the interview was supposed to be 15 minutes and it was an hour and a half because it was on a Zoom. And then she was like, I feel like you're doing a podcast right now. And I was like, I just need to empty it out.
You just wanted to talk to somebody.
Get the poison out.
Yeah, because, I mean, you got your Burtcast, you got your, Two Bears, One Cave podcast, you got your podcast with Bill Burr, the Bill Burt podcast. You got, dude, your Netflix, The Cabin special.
Oh, so funny.
Oh, my God. Dude, is there going to be another season of that?
I don't know. What's so funny is it aired during the pandemic, and so the idea of picking up another season when no one was making television or had any hopes to make television no one was going to do it. And now that everyone's back to making television, I think, I'm doing a movie with Netflix. So I think after we do that, maybe we'll do another season of The Cabin. I would love to because so many people have reached out that have enjoyed it. Like Snoop Dogg was the first person that texted me. It was the day it aired. And he was like, "You are a bad MFer."
I mean, basically,
you want to get.
The concept is, and God, I don't remember the last time I was looking forward to seeing something on Netflix more than you're The Cabin. But so it's basically you in a cabin inviting your friends up there and filming it and doing these like new age kind of things.
Yeah. It was basically my wife wanted to send me to rehab. And I was like, no, I can figure this out. And so we just took a bunch of drugs and alcohol up to a cabin and partied for a month.
With the wife's blessing. Amazing.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, she's the one that got me and Joey Diaz and Tom Segura smoked an ounce of weed. And I called her and I was like, hey, I need you to run by the dispensary and grab this weed and then give it to Tom. He's coming up to the cabin. And she was like, Tom's coming? And I was like, oh, yeah, Joey's coming also. She was like, oh, my God, this isn't what we planned on.
If there is one episode to watch of that, it's the one with Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee and Donnell Rollins is my favorite episode.
I don't think I by myself watching crying laughing. Crying laughing.
Dude, it's so funny because like cancel culture, it was a thing, but it wasn't like as big as it is. Like people talk about it all the time.
Yeah,
and comics don't. I don't really have a barometer for cancel culture. So like, if I get canceled, I'm definitely not going to see it coming. And so we did that episode, and I remember the execs being like, "Hey, you can't do that really on television." And we're like, "Do what?" Like, I don't know, because like we did the Scream Therapy, and Bobby and Donnell they were trying to connect with their fathers who had recently passed away, and Donnell's like, "Hey Bobby, why don't I do your father?" And he was like, "Okay." And then he just started going, "Oh, Bobby's son." And I was like, "Hey Donnell, you can't talk like that." And he was like, "Well," and then Bobby just goes back at him. He's like, "Damn, Donnell, I'm locked up." It was like the most inappropriate but hilarious episode.
That was the same episode where you tried to give each other enemas, right?
Yeah, and it was a coffee enema, and Bobby didn't do it right, and it sprayed everywhere, and I thought it was me.
I thought it was you, too, at first. Oh, my God.
I'm crying watching this. My wife walks in. She goes, what the hell are you watching? And then she sits down, and I don't know if you've experienced this. You're watching something, and your wife sits down and she goes, why is this funny? Oh.
Hey, good morning, everybody. We made it. It's Monday. The whole gang's here. It's the last day of March. Let's get to it. The week is just taken off.
Oh,
how are we feeling?
Worn out.
Worn out? Why? What happened? You had yourself a weekend.
Dude, I had the
You
best
had yourself
weekend.
a Saturday, I tell you that.
It started Thursday with this show, with the monkeys, and I did not stop until yesterday around 4 p.m.
Dang.
The whirlwind, like people were coming by my house yesterday.
Right. Well, you only turned 40 once.
I know. Best birthday ever. Thank you all.
Well, in regards to the monkeys, I'm still answering monkey-related questions.
Yeah, me too.
In regards to this here radio program, I co-hosted the Fast Lane on Friday, and they do like a free-for-all Friday, like, hey, you, the listener, get to choose a topic.
Cool.
Spent a half hour just fielding questions about the monkeys on Thursday. No more questions. Let's talk about the Battlehawks. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, you were bummed because you were all prepared to go in there and just talk ball.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
I did all this homework.
I did all this homework, ready to talk, Redbirds and blues. And, I'm just fielding monkey-related questions.
Right.
Okay. If that's what you want to talk about.
That's nice that they have an open mind down there. It's not just sports, it's monkeys.
It's whatever.
I didn't know they cared about animals.
Me too.
On the fast lane? Mm-hmm. Oh, nice of at least one representative from the fast lane to show up to your party on Saturday.
Yes, Andrew Marsh. The love of all of our lives, Andrew Marsh. So he and his gorgeous girlfriend came out. He didn't have any rock gear on, though, which is fine.
Well,
there
were, would you say, at your party on Saturday night, your big bash, which now we could say where it was at the Duck Room at Blue Hill.
It was.
Number one, I was looking for your face on the marquee. I didn't see that.
It was there.
It was.
It was?
Yeah, it kept rotating. I didn't see it either, but I have a couple of photos. Would you like to see?
I would.
Would you like to see it? Okay, I will show you.
I saw it.
Oh, you did? Oh, good.
It was there.
Did they put it up at 7?
No, it was just like rotating. So.
Ooh, let me see.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
And it had like my Lern face from our show,
That's
like our
neat.
little cartoon.
Oh, I
awesome.
waited outside. I waited outside as much as I could without getting mugged.
Yes.
I think that means you made
It's the
it.
loop, I'm kidding. It's very safe over
I
there.
must have timed it good because I saw it driving up, and then we parked, and I walked past the Chuck Berry statue, saw it again.
I
So
missed it.
you didn't spend a whole lot of time.
I even stood outside like I want to wait. I was with my buddy Dan. I'm like, I want to wait to see this thing.
Yeah.
And I never saw it.
Yeah, Dan, the next morning at breakfast with my family, Dan, your friend, was everybody kept going, hey, who's this Dan guy?
Well, I'll explain. Dan. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Let's start from the beginning. Lern's big birthday bash at the Duck Room at Blueberry Hill, 7 o'clock Saturday night. Yeah. How many? Now you would put in the invitation. Hey, dress as you want. We're doing either rock or disco.
Right.
Rock versus disco.
Rock versus disco. So there's a theme going on.
Uh-huh.
Would you say a lot of people didn't understand what that meant?
No, actually, I mean, I said you can have just a T-shirt, like a rock shirt on, and most people wore just a rock shirt. Like, and honestly, most of the dudes were just like, we'll just wear a T-shirt that's of our favorite bands, and that's 100% acceptable.
There were some people that went all out.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of people, and your date was one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Steve Nicks.
And he was one of the people. You guys were one of the first to arrive. In Seattle.
Well, you had said there was free drinks from 7 to 8 o'clock, and I was going to take full advantage of that.
Absolutely.
I'm not kidding you. So my wife was out of town. She was in Nashville with my daughter. So my plus one went to my buddy Dan,
Right.
who is a great wingman.
Yes.
Like my buddy Dan's the kind of guy that you could bring him somewhere and you never have to worry.
No,
The best type of person.
He's out making friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like at the door, like, all right, see ya, and then he goes and he'll make friends with everybody, and you don't have to worry. You ever bring a friend to to a place where they don't know anybody, and you're always kind of like worrying where your buddy is.
Yeah, you're the buffer, and you're kind of like introducing him and doing that whole thing all night. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, not with Dan. And he wanted to go out for your birthday.
I know.
And he dressed as not Stevie Nicks, but Steve Nicks.
Steve Nicks. Right.
He was trying to replicate the Rumors album cover.
Yeah. Hat, right? A blonde wig, tights, dress, and
shoes.
Twirling. He was doing the Stevie Nicks twirl with the shawl.
That was beautiful.
It was amazing. And you were dressed as Grunge Riz, which I
Grunge Riz, yep.
suggested you probably just need to be rocking that like every day of your life.
I've heard that
Yeah,
from more than one person.
You were Mark Wahlberg at the end of Rockstar.
Yes.
I was.
It was.
Well, I had
the
a
hair
fl-
was perfect.
I had a flannel, like I just took a red, flannel and wrapped it around my waist. I had ripped jeans on,
Yeah.
and I got
And
my
a
old leather jacket.
and
Got my old leather jacket out.
You
Dude,
put
the
your long
hair-
hair into a butt cut. I mean, you were
it
straight
was
up
great.
Johnny Venus, 1998.
My so-called life walked right in. You were Jordan Catalano.
yeah.
Oh, my-
you were in the Teenage Dirtbags that night. Like you came straight off stage.
My son was quite confused, so my buddy Dan comes to pick me up. He's dressed as Steve Nicks. Dad comes downstairs with a leather coat on. He goes, "What is this?" I go,
I was hoping he was like, Dad,
Dad?
are you cool?
"No, definitely not." You used to wear stuff like that?
Have you
Yeah,
been
man,
cool this
Dad's
whole
old
time?
leather jacket.
You're like, this is how I picked up your mother.
I thought maybe if you parted your hair down the middle, he'd be like, "What? My dad's cool."
Nah.
He said, "Oh, this old thing."
That's what I was like, yeah, this old. Now, Yeah, it was a leather jacket from a long time ago. Asked me if I could zip it up now. No.
Hey,
Didn't need to.
you wouldn't want to zip it up
We're
anyway.
killing it.
Oh, no. That thing is long past zipping up. It's because I'm fat. That duck room was packed, though.
It was.
A lot of people down there. How many people you squeeze in there?
About over 200.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
At the height of everybody being there, I think it was over 200. People from I had my oldest friend who I met in 4th grade. She drove in from Chicago. I had 2 friends. Anthony Weiss, who used to work here at the Point.
Nice to see him.
Drove in from New York.
He drove?
He drove.
What?
Yeah, dude. He
Love that
drove
guy.
in. I love him so much. My friend Scott, who's always in the chat, he flew in
Scott
from Vermont.
Vermont, met him.
He loved meeting you guys. You made his whole year.
Scott from Vermont, I remember him.
Yeah.
I taught Anthony improv. I knew him from a different world.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I love him so much.
It was cool to see him. I hadn't seen him in a long time.
Your mom was having a great time.
My mom.
Jerry was having a great time.
Oh my God, my stepdad was dressed as a hippie. He loves that. My whole my favorite Aunt Jean, Uncle John, they were dressed up.
Your sister was running around being a lawyer.
Yeah, she
was lawyering.
She had her disco suit on. Actually, funny story. So at some point, we're drinking, we're having a great time. My friend Janet comes up to me and she goes, "Hey, your sister is sick in the bathroom." And I go, "Oh my God!"
Bad
So
game
I
of telephone.
run into the bathroom and I'm like, "Ellie, she's not in there." I go to my mom. I go, "Hey, Emily is sick," and I was like, "Deal with this," because I can't leave. My mom runs upstairs, asks like 2 people, one of the door guys at the Blueberry Hill and some other person, like, "Did you see
a tiny woman?
in a red jumpsuit?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, she ran out the door." My mother, at like 10 o'clock, whatever time it is now running around, literally around Blueberry Hill, down the dark alley in the nighttime, around the whole thing. Emily wasn't the one sick at all. She was still at the party. She wasn't drunk. She was normal.
Yeah, because I didn't see her
Talking to me.
disappear.
Yeah,
She was
No.
working that room.
Yeah, she was taking Polaroids and all sorts of crazy stuff.
Who was it?
Bad game of telephone.
Don't know. And honestly, what a great story, because not everybody knew each other at this party. So whoever did get sick, like, I don't know. Like, nobody could tell me, like, "Hey, it was so-and-so."
You know what's so funny? I don't know if you remember this, Moon. We had my 40th at my house.
Yeah.
And remember somebody threw up all in the bathroom? And still nobody knows who it
downstairs.
was.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, right on.
Probably
Okay.
the same person.
Phantom
Yeah,
partier.
maybe.
I think it was the magician, and he made himself just
No, he disappeared.
disappear.
No, somebody threw up. So we had my 40th at my house, and somebody threw up all over my downstairs bathroom.
Ooh, bummer.
And still to this day, we do not know who it is.
I love
Maybe
that.
maybe this person goes to 40th birthdays
Yeah.
The 40th
and just
birthday
vomits in the bathroom
The
and
vomit
then runs
fairy.
away.
We should look at the Hubbard Venn diagram of who attended your 40th and who attended hers.
I'm down to make a
Narrow it
diagram.
down. No one did.
Everybody's a suspect.
Yeah,
It was a very cool overlapping of different groups.
It was.
Yeah, it was fun.
Everybody that was there, I just loved to death. And yeah, from like my friend who I've known since the 4th grade to like my most, my oldest friend who's like almost 80, like he was there. It was just everybody I love was in one room. It was so cool.
I thought it was.
God, Scott.
I was to say, I thought it was really cool. You got P Diddy there. I didn't know.
Yeah, I got
your
him out of
friends-
jail.
Yeah.
It was neat.
That was cool.
He did it. When did he come?
Yeah, he was there the whole time. He was dressed as a rocker.
You
so
didn't
couldn't
notice the
tell.
floor got slippery?
Yeah, we
No. Is that baby oil? Yeah, on the gift table, there's like 4 bottles of baby oil.
Uh-oh. Diddy's here. Let's roll.
Yeah.
Some of your Keishi crazies were there.
Yes, some of the like. What was funny is there was a Riz Show listener, and I won't out him. He's real sweet, and he straight up just asked me like, "Can I come to your party?" And I was like, "The ball's on this guy." I go, "Yes, yes, you can." And so I was like,
he just straight up
"Yeah,"
asked?
and I was like, "Whatever, dude. Like, come on out." So
That's wild.
I know.
Then he shot me
And then he shot Rafe.
in the parking lot. But it was, other than that, it's pretty cool.
No, it was.
That's
good.
wild. Yeah, your Keishi crazy Aunt Linda gave a...
Oh, you're talking about
Lisa.
Aunt Lisa. And
Lisa,
Aunt
I'm
Carla.
sorry, Linda.
Yeah.
Lisa, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry, Lisa.
they've become family friends. Like I go to the pool party at their house every year, and like they hang out with my aunt, my Aunt Jean and my Aunt Val, like all the time. So they're family at this point.
Right.
And she got up there. Lisa is so funny.
I thought she was your real aunt, by the way.
She pretty much is. She
Yeah, I
might as
thought
well
so,
be.
too.
I love her like my family.
The cool thing about that was she got on stage with the band unprompted,
Yep.
uninvited, in the first 30 minutes of the party. And I
Yes.
go, this is going to be a party, dude. It's 7:30 and we already have someone interrupting the band to give an impromptu speech.
Yeah.
this is going to rock
Yeah, the
and
band
roll.
was confused.
This is going to be awesome. The band just goes, there's a person on stage, and I believe they want to talk.
Yep.
And I go,
It's
hell
Lisa.
yeah. It's Aunt
She
Lisa.
loves me so
She's
much.
kicking things off.
Well,
We're
and
doing a little improv
The
tonight.
band, by the way, was
great.
fan-friggin-tastic.
Dazed and Confused STL, my buddy Dustin Rowell, who is one of my best friends, he's the drummer, and they did that out of the goodness. I go, how much do I owe? They go, we're just going to play it for
Oh,
free.
happy 40th.
Oh,
And that's so
They were
sweet.
good, man.
They were
They
so
were excellent.
good. I love
And that
them
would have
so
been on
much.
my playlist, too, by the way.
Did you actually like
Loved it.
Yeah,
You know I'm into all that.
I know, dude.
You and I have very similar musical tastes, especially with the classic rock stuff.
Yes. And they gave me their whole set list. They go, pick whatever you want. And so a lot of the songs they hadn't played in a long time, and they knocked it out of the park. Jimmy Griffin showed up. He
Yeah.
got on stage. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, they sounded great.
Yeah, who's the singer?
Rusty, he's excellent. He is
Excellent.
Yeah, heck of a range. Holy smokes.
Dude, they kicked it off with "Rockin' in a Free World" from Neil Young. They played like Robin Trower. They did Van Halen. They did Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, everything from Heart's Barracuda to
Joe Satriani.
Yeah, it was great.
It was awesome.
It was great. It was a great selection of classic rock hits. Had me singing along the entire time.
They had to actually cut their set short. I have the set list at home, and I was looking at what they cut out.
What didn't we hear?
We didn't hear Quiet Riot.
Poison.
Yeah, I don't think we heard any Poison.
Hanson.
No Hanson. Yeah.
And how
that's
about
crazy.
your very handsome husband?
Oh my God. So Tim had surprised me with a bunch of stuff. Like Friday, I woke up to cameos from some of my favorite actors.
Who, like who?
Like Peter Facinelli from Twilight, the woman who plays the mom in 6 Feet Under, who's also in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. She plays Rose. And then the brother from The Breakup, that's Jennifer Aniston's brother in The Breakup, who does
No way, that dude rules.
And he's saying, lose yourself. Like, yeah, it was great. John Hewlett, he bought a cameo from John Hewlett.
He bought a cameo from John Hewlett.
Funny.
You talking about the come with the kick drum?
Come.
That guy?
Come with the
Yeah.
kick drum, Gary. Yes,
Oh
that
my
guy.
gosh, no way.
So Tim, going back to him, so he had been practicing. He told me like a while ago, he's like, hey, there's going to be something that happens at your birthday. And I'm like, okay. And then I put it together because he went to Dazed and Confused practice like a couple Thursdays ago.
So you figured something was happening.
I was like, okay, you're going to sing a song or whatever. But I didn't know what song he was going to sing or what he was going to do. And then all of a sudden, second set of the band, Tim gets up there and he's got a long wig on and no sleeves, looking hot as hell. Like, if I could just like make my husband, if I could mold him into exactly what my trash soul wants him to
right.
look like,
I
it
was
would be this.
informed that there would be a Foreigner song sung by your husband, and Foreigner's Hot Blooded was the perfect song.
It was perfection. And he got up there and he killed it. It was the hottest thing I've
And
ever
then,
seen.
okay, so Tim sings Hot Blooded. Lern's panties melted straight off,
Pants gone. Yeah.
like liquefied.
Yes. I saw a video of like what my
All you
body
heard-
was doing.
All you heard was sizzling. You're like, is somebody cooking bacon? No. Like,
When I hit the baby oil that Diddy brought on the floor, dude, I got hit by grease.
It was like,
Yeah, grease
man,
stains
who's
for
making
everybody.
Bacon? No, that's Lern's underwear melting off.
Yeah. It was erotic, I'll be honest. I was like, this is awesome. Because he's never done anything like that.
Really?
Yeah, he's never sang or done anything like that.
Yeah, and that's not Tim's comfort zone. Trust me, we used to have
No.
Tim on the
no.
air all the time.
Right. He's very uncomfortable being the focal point like that.
Right, and he killed it, man.
Yeah.
He did.
How many drinks did he have?
I don't know by that point. I mean, I was floating around, so I didn't see how much he was drinking. He's
Wasn't
doing
bad.
shots with people, though.
I was in the green room with him. He was definitely nervous, but like I thought he did great.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm doing it. I'm committed. He's like, you get nervous before shows? And I go, oh yeah, you nervous right now? And he goes, yeah.
He didn't look it. He honestly
No,
didn't look it.
he crushed it.
Yeah.
In fact, like I thought, I was like, whatever happened when he hit that stage, I go, hey man, you're dressed, just become a different person out there. Like
He did.
you're dreading. He did. He killed it. He even gave her like the sexy speech before he started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. It was really cool
You
to
were
watch.
standing at the front of the stage in your leather pants,
Oh, yes.
drinking it in.
Oh, it was amazing.
And then after Tim gets done singing Hot Blooded, then he steps behind the drum kit.
Which is equally hot. Yes.
So he had been practicing playing drums.
He
With the
plays
band
drums.
as well.
Yeah.
I mean, for that particular song.
Right.
And then Rafe comes out and they sing AC/DC's TNT.
Which was hilarious and excellent as well. I knew Tim was going to do something, and then like when your ass comes walking out and what you guys were doing, I would go, what is this? And Tina and I are both like screaming.
Well, after you got done, you looked at me and go, I thought you were going to come up with me. I was just enjoying you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you were. There's a candid photo of you watching Rafe on stage that I shared into our group chat yesterday. You look so mesmerized by your friend.
Well, you had asked me to come up and help you out.
Well, I got there, dude, and the
I'm
guy.
like, all right, sure.
Like,
Yeah, I'll be right there. See you up
show
there.
on the camera is like your face looking at him.
Well, Tim and I had talked quite a bit leading up to your birthday and about other stuff, coordinating other things. He knew about the monkeys. He was one of the few people who knew about the monkeys ahead of time. And we were talking about it, and I knew he was singing a song because Dustin had reached out and asked me if I wanted to sing a song. And I go, hey, when are you singing your song? Like, what's your... Like, I want to make sure your surprise is first, and like, maybe I'll come out later. And he goes, actually, I got a second surprise. And I'm really nervous about it because I've never played drums on stage. It's kind of like my bucket list thing. And he's like, why don't you come out and sing that song with me? I go, done. What song? He goes, TNT. And I go, damn, that's the hardest one.
Yeah.
Oh, you killed
And then I
yourself.
got there, and the dude for the band was so good. Like, the lead singer was so good. I'm like, no one wants to hear me do. This guy is the lead singer of AC/DC. Like, his range was unbelievable, like Moon said. And I was like, oh, man, nobody wants to hear me do this song. But it was fun. It was a really, really fun thing to do. And the band was super cool.
Well, after the band got off stage, what'd they play? Hour and a half?
I lost my
like
place.
almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours. Excellent. So then it was the disco portion of the evening, and you got up behind the DJ booth and gave some kind of speech.
I did.
Where you said you wanted to
Bang my
aggressively have sex with your husband
I
at
did.
the Moonrise Hotel.
Yes. I apologized to our boss later. I go, I apologize that you had to hear that.
Well, the fact that it was 20 minutes long was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just
Speech
wanted to-
lasted longer
Describing
than the
what
sex.
you were going to do was,
Yeah.
I think, a bit too much.
I
but
was
fine.
aroused.
Clearly.
Yeah, and Tom Rogers, the drummer of my band, he was the one who was DJing the disco part of it and killed it.
It was great, too.
Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
after party was at the Moonrise, and we shut that place down. It was sweet.
Yeah, I had such a great parking spot, by the way. Like, Dan and I parked directly across the street from the duck room.
Excellent.
Yeah, we walked for 6 blocks, and he goes, oh, no, we parked across the street.
Oh, man.
I said, don't tell my wife that, man.
The parking gods had smiled upon Riz and Dan on Saturday night. I
Same.
mean, it couldn't, and everybody was going over the Moonrise after, and I went, it's such a good parking spot. I don't want to.
I got one.
Like, I don't want to.
Moonrise, right across the street from Moonrise. Then there was a second one. You could have gotten it. You could have doubled down for the night.
I was done for the day. I drank so many beers. And I'm not really a beer drinker. And I strictly drank beers.
It was a Michelob Ultra crowd because I paid for that first hour, and I got to see the itemized list of what everybody ordered. It was a Pinot Grigio and a Michelob Ultra crowd. 'Cause
That's a
beer and wine.
40-year-old party if I've ever heard
Yeah.
one, dude.
Yeah.
If there's an open bar, the two biggest items on it are Pinot and Mick Ultra. That's a 40-year-old birthday party.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They had Yingling on tap. I had some of that.
Good.
You see some Yinglings on there?
Do you have any nacho bar?
I did.
I did
you?
not.
I did not either, and I'm so
I
I
bummed.
did not. I'm really bummed out.
I was the first one to
was
try the
sad.
cake as well.
I was going to take a tray home with me. I'll be honest with you.
I wish you would have.
Because
We had like a whole thing of nachos left.
It
I
was-
was having such a
it
good
was
time
great.
talking to everybody, and I really had no time.
Nah, it was
No
great.
cookie or nothing? Did you
I
have
had
any
nothing
food?
to eat.
Oh,
I got
man.
home at like almost midnight, and I immediately made myself a grilled cheese sandwich.
That's great.
Somehow, I almost got in a fight with the security guard at Moonrise Hotel on the way out. Like, the elevator went down. Somehow I got left behind. I was in the bathroom, and they all came back up for me, which was sweet. Your parents, your family came back to get me in the elevator, and I was like, thank you.
That's nice.
Half of your cake was sitting in a plant
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
wrapped in foil.
Yes.
And I go, oh, somebody forgot. I go, I think this is the cake from Lern's party, and I only got a little piece. It was like half a cake wrapped in foil, and I unwrapped it, and I was like, it was the pink layer, said her name on it, and I was like, hell yeah. Daddy just got half a cake he's
I
taking
have
home.
no cake.
And this lady security guard goes, that's my food, sir. And so she came up and
Oh.
snatched the cake out of my hand in front of like a couple other people from the promotions department that got left behind too. And they go, and she was like, not cool.
Oh.
And I go, hey, lady, that's clearly a cake from a party I was at.
Right.
It's not, and it was sitting in a plant. It's not
It's
like it was sitting in the fridge in the break room.
So
and I
it's
went,
plant cake.
It's
Yeah.
plant cake. Yeah, my friend
She's like,
Cassie
anything
left
that's
it.
in this plant is mine.
dude, she
law.
almost swung on me over this cake, and I was like, "You can have it, but technically, I think you should at least split it with me."
I did notice we did have a party crasher, but it was odd because it was a guy and his little boy. They like came downstairs, you know, because the duck room is just like open. You can just
yeah.
go down there when there's not like a real show going on. And this guy and his son like walk in at, I don't know, 10 o'clock. And I'm like, hi. And the little boy was so cute. And he was like, I could tell he like wanted some cake. I go, do you want some cake? Like, and I loaded this kid up with like cookies and cake and stuff and sent him back, you know, and he was like, thanks so much. I'm like, I don't think they were trying to crash. I think they were just curious about like what was down there.
That's
It got
awesome.
big
Well, that's nice.
pieces
Man,
of
this
cake.
place is cool. You can just go downstairs. There's cake and bands.
Right.
Remember I had a party crasher too at my 40th? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was a neighbor.
good.
The neighbor just
Yeah.
wandered like,
Come
but
on
it was like a
over.
neighbor, not like next door. It was like down the block and
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
you know, I
yeah.
gotta make a left.
But you found him in the kitchen, right?
Eating.
That's
Yeah.
I
hilarious.
was like, hey, buddy, you like ribs, huh?
Yeah, he was eating.
eating my ribs.
With us up at on the deck. Remember?
Oh my gosh.
You threw his ass out, right, Lern?
Yeah, I was get the hell out of here.
Get the
Take your
hell
kid
outta
and get
here.
the hell
Take
out
your
of here.
cake.
Get your
And
kid
go.
and take your cake and get the hell out of here.
That's right.
So you guys shut down the Moonrise too?
Yep.
How many drinks did you have on Saturday night?
I felt fine. I didn't want to get hammered because I wanted to remember everything and I didn't want to have a meltdown or anything. So I was like, I did a water after every cocktail I had and it was perfect. So I probably had 4 drinks total.
Yeah, you didn't seem,
shots.
you didn't seem sloppy.
No, it was perfect.
Good work.
Don't want to be hungover. I hear it's bad now if you get hungover at 40.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes. You're done enjoying that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
over.
So switch flips.
Just
It's just
snap.
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
just over.
recover.
Right.
Done.
I'm no
You
fool.
can't recover as you once did in your 30s.
Yeah.
Wow, now we have everybody here is in their 40s. How about that? It's official.
I know. I'm so excited. I love it. I feel 40. I like this age already.
Well, I hope you got some great gifts. And I did not bring my gift on Saturday night. I know you said, hey, don't bring stuff.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to carry it.
In other
I have one piece of the gift that has not arrived yet. I'm just going to tell you what it is.
Tell me.
Because my wife got something for you, which is, you know, all new age, hippy dippy crystal stuff, which
Can't
is
wait.
fine. But for me personally, and Moon, if you want to pull this up,
Oh, yes, of course.
it's called the Licky Brush.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
Is this one of those tongue scrapers? Oh, no. Okay.
No.
Good. Because those things
I mean,
gross
it
me out.
goes under your tongue.
Oh, yeah. This is the cat thing where you can groom your own cat.
This is so you could lick your cat.
I've always wanted to. Bring forth.
Licki brush.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, gross.
It's
Yes.
It's on its way. It's stuck somewhere.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know.
In the pink or
I
the
was
green?
Trying to the pink, of course.
fantastic.
Yeah, well, the green is currently unavailable.
Oh, I see.
Does it also have a litter box scooper you can attach to it?
Yeah, you could just.
The
Scoop it out
description
with your
is bond with your cat like a cat. The Licky Brush from PDX Pet Design may seem weird and wacky, but it is also a fun way to bond with your cat while grooming them.
That cat looks miserable.
The high-quality food-grade silicone rubber is designed to feel pleasurable to your cat's sensitive skin. With bristles on both the top and the bottom of the brush, the silicone rubber surface is easily cleaned with soap and water, so you could put this thing in your mouth and you could lick your cat.
Thank you so much.
Hello, client. I'm
Hi.
glad you answered. I've got a gig for you. Oh, you do? You got me a shoot? Maybe it's a print ad? Maybe it's something else? No. You're going to be in the advertisement for Licky Your Cat Brush. Licking a cat with this rubber
What's it pay?
tongue condom.
$500
Scale.
plus usage.
Wow.
Pay
No,
scale.
I'll take it.
They're going to pay you in product.
So this is a brush shaped like a giant tongue that you hold in your mouth, allowing you to mimic the grooming behaviors of a cat.
Right.
This cat does look happy about it.
Oh.
How many
Sprinkles
shots did that
is
take?
pissed.
So the idea behind the Licky Brush is to help owners bond with their cats by replicating the way cats groom each other to show affection and strengthen social bonds. The soft silicone tongue has bristles that could be used to gently brush your cat's fur while you hold the handle part in your mouth.
Oh, my gosh. Look at it. They send in all the videos.
Oh, good.
Customer videos.
Oh my God, this isn't a gag gift?
No, this is real.
Why would I get her a gag gift?
Yeah, that's not funny.
So serious.
I'm gagging by watching it.
This is a very serious, I know, Lern loves her cat so much.
I do.
know. Please don't use this. I know.
Now we know
Well,
why.
no.
I mean, I have to use it at least once, right? I have to like get your money's worth. So I'm
Now-
gonna have to. I mean, what if the cats love it?
Now we
You
know
know?
why the green one's unavailable. It's glow in the dark.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
they
my
do
God.
glow in the dark. Yes, there is
the
one
pink
that
one
glows
does
in the
too?
dark.
Is that the T Swift signature edition?
Here she goes.
Glow in the dark version is available, making it easier to return midnight headbutts.
Yeah, the cats don't love it.
Well, your cats are
Like,
going to love it, and
what
you're going to
are
love
you
it.
doing?
The Licky Your Cat brush is on its way.
Fantastic.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you so much. What
That's
a
from me.
time.
So whenever you lick your cat, I want you to think, oh,
Thank you for, yes, I will think of you when I'm licking my cat. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Can't wait for it to come. Well, excellent birthday, Lern.
Thanks.
Any other observations from Lern's birthday?
You know what? Just that it was the perfect party for you. It was like a freaking rock club with a badass band.
It was hot
a
down
whole-
there. You didn't spring for the air conditioning, did you?
They did put the air on.
Listen, it was
But no, I
perfectly.
didn't pay
It was
extra.
perfectly comfortable. He just wasn't used to his flannel
You had
and
your
leather anymore.
jacket on. Your 1989 leather jacket.
Yeah,
You
my
know-
shirt was completely soaked. My coat was soaked.
Oh, I know.
That was
You
a
were
mess.
covered up as well. And Rafe, too. You guys all looked so damn cute. Like, you walked in and you looked cool. Like, you had your Van Halen getup on Moon. Grunge Riz was out. Leisure Suit, King Scott. And then Rafe had this embroidered jacket, this blazer that a listener made for him that was for the party. You looked so cool. Everybody loved it. I mean, you guys all walked in and it was an entire.
Yeah,
you knew the
Mine was less of a costume and more of a
your soul. just-
metamorphosis.
Yeah,
This is
exuding.
where I'm headed. I don't know when, but soon.
The
Y'all
boss
knew the
walked in. I
assignment.
go, I guess we didn't dress up. He goes, no, I'm corporate.
Oh,
Corporate rock, yes.
Corporate rock, yeah.
Record guy.
One unintended consequence that I really liked at your party was it was cool to, because you're floating, you had to float, was that getting to meet people from different points of your lives that I've heard you talk about and like meet them and have them tell me how much they loved you and why they loved you and all that. And that was like a cool,
Yeah, it was like
I feel
a
like I got to take a little Learn tour that night.
Oh.
It was like a
And,
TV show montage.
Yeah, it really was because I talked to a lot of people that I just didn't know. I'm like Dan in that way.
yeah.
Which I lost my place during the song because on the line from TNT where you say women to the left of me, women to the right, I pointed to the left to Lern. Tina's over here. I pointed to Tina, but behind Tina, Dan came dancing out as Stevie Nicks, pretending to do
Nicks.
coke off his
Yeah.
coke nail, and
Even
I
had a
started
coke
dying
nail.
laughing. And I lost my place in the song. But that was a cool thing that I enjoyed about your party was like
Good.
meeting these people that you've talked to me about or that you've mentioned that from your I met your fourth grade friend all the way up to your 80-year-old friend and everybody in between. And the sentiment was the same of what a great person you are and how lucky they are to have you in their life. And that was like a cool, I felt like I was on This Is Your Life, but with a really cool backdrop of rock and music.
That's
Well, listen, we
dope.
did the Monkeys. You had your party. It's over.
It's over. Never
Yeah,
again.
already planning our 50th.
Oh,
Psycho.
well, one day I will.
Well, listen, now we're all old. Now we're all in our 40s. And it's time to embrace new styles.
Okay.
GQ, whom I always look to for, hey,
That's
what's
right.
what's hot in fashion, says grandpa shoes are the fashion now.
What do you mean?
Grandpa shoes.
Oh yeah, my son's wearing not even the cool New Balance, like the old man New Balance.
They just did a big write-up on New Balance's latest offering. They're called the Allerdales. And it's actually the second article they've done on them. They did one on the brown version a couple weeks ago, and now it's the white version. They described the look as, quote, downright orthopedic.
Cool.
And there's nothing special about them.
Except for the price tag.
They're
Holy
pebbled
crap.
leather with normal laces and the New Balance logo on the side, just like, grandpa shoes. But somehow they cost $250.
Huh.
Dang.
Gee whiz, dude! And look at these. These are, I mean, fully old man.
Where
Full
there is a
old
New
man.
Balance store downstairs. Well, those are the brown ones. Look up the Allendales.
These are the Allendales.
Allerdales.
Is it time to
These are
invest
the-
in hush puppies?
Allerdales.
Oh, yeah.
There's a white version that is. This is the brown version. The white version is
Right. They look. This is okay. This is when an old man graduated and could no longer do the penny loafers or the New Balance shoes and needed just a one-all. You know what I mean? Like a penny loafer meets the New Balance orthopedics. and they blended it. I mean, look at that.
Those actually are pretty sharp looking, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
You're getting there, man.
No,
Yeah,
because
he's
those are the
there.
brown ones. See if they have the white ones.
Well, I'll get there. I mean, the brown ones, lead the way.
The brown ones,
With black socks?
okay.
Who are you?
Listen, Grandpa.
Dang.
I mean, I'm not loving them, to be completely honest, but, styled out. Maybe I'll change my thought.
A writer for GQ declared the brand has, quote, sidestepped the dad shoe trend and decided to bring the granddad shoe into the mainstream.
Yeah, man, this is your
That's
time.
hilarious.
New Balance, go hard.
Yeah, they're ripping. Have you guys seen Hush Puppies before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I got to be
Yeah.
honest. Those are okay looking.
That's exactly what
Right.
that is.
Those are all
Right?
$250, I'm not paying.
I'm not paying $250.
Well, it depends. How does my back feel?
Well, we have a New Balance store downstairs.
Does it make my back feel better?
Should we roll in there after the show? Get ourselves some
Dude,
I'll give it a go.
Allerdales. Try them on.
I went in there one day. I forgot what we were doing, but I needed some, I'd forgotten, pants.
So you went downstairs?
Yeah, I went into the New Balance store down there. This has been months ago. I needed, workout pants for something. I don't remember, some dumb thing we were doing after the show, and I'd forgotten mine. And I was like, how is this a business? Because I was just like,
What do you mean?
nothing in there appealed at all.
That's because it's like a health store down there. You know what I mean?
The
Like
New Balance store?
Yeah, they're all a little bit different. And you can find one that's it gears itself towards the sports stuff. And it'll have the soccer shoes and all the offerings that on that side of the New Balance spectrum. That one below us is
Geared towards a certain audience.
geared towards people that have knee issues and back issues and
Right,
like
okay.
trying
So
to
you
get
have your orthopedic.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's you know what I mean, like that. If you look at the clientele down there and who they're serving people that need them for health
This
issues.
is very
Right.
limited. Very limited.
Yeah, but if that's what you're looking for,
Where I'm sure if you went to
they
the
got
New
you
Balance,
covered.
I'm sure if you went to the New Balance outlet store in Chesterfield, it's way different.
Yeah, because they sponsored us. They sponsored one of our shows, and they're like, "Hey, you come get some shoes." And we went down and we're like, "Not here," because that was like the health version. And the store that we went to, which might have been the Chesterfield one, totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Listen, I don't know much about fashion, even though I did have a sweet leather jacket on Saturday.
It's true.
Here's what else is trending as far as fashion goes. Remember when employees would push for casual days so they could wear jeans to the office? That was pre-pandemic, pre-remote working. Now jeans aren't casual enough. There's an emerging trend of people wearing sweatpant jeans.
Ah.
Sweatpants.
And if you haven't seen this yet, it's what it sounds
Yeah.
like. Sweatpants that are made to look like denim jeans.
Pajama jeans, didn't those come out a few years ago?
Like if you Google sweatpant jeans,
yeah.
there are ones in every style that regular jeans come in, including high waist, wide leg, low rise, torn, distressed, or skinny jeans. The prices are all over the map.
Yeah,
a lot of them are affordable, closer to sweatpant prices than trendy jean prices.
Here's a jean jogger sweatpant.
Those are $155 though.
Yeah, but here's some for 30.
Do they have Daisy Duke versions?
Those don't look like jeans at all.
No.
Did you look up sweatpant jeans?
Sweatpant jeans right there. Let's see here. We'll just go to the Amazon marketplace.
Yeah, according to CNN, they're becoming a major viral trend. So somebody at your office will try to pass these off as jeans for casual days, but they're really sweatpants.
Look at that. French terry sweatpant jeans.
Yeah, look at those, man. Those look like real jeans.
That sounds like a cool guy that you knew in the Army, French Terry.
French terry.
French Terry.
Oh, dude, French Terry was a wildcat.
I got my pajama jeans.
I mean,
Yeah, and those are $30. They're fine. Hey, be comfortable, guys.
Function over fashion.
are
Function
there
over
guy
fashion.
versions? I feel like would be harder for a guy to pull off.
Not seeing a lot of. Not
Yeah,
seeing it
this
here,
is
Lloyd.
more of a lady thing.
Should I buy some and just see what's up? Like, this could be cool.
Try to fool everybody.
All right.
They're like $30.
I mean, they got look at that.
They got a little flair, a little bell.
Flare.
About 6 months ago, people online were talking about a growing fashion trend: one-legged pants.
Ah, yes, with the short on the other leg.
So one of your legs is covered in a pant leg like usual. The other is mostly exposed, as if you were wearing a mini skirt or short shorts. So logic would say this was a dumb internet topic that fizzles out before it ever takes off. But against all odds, guys, I have not seen any out in public yet.
No.
This is one of those you see during New York Fashion Week. or the Paris fashion shows where you see these people just walk the runway in clothes that you'll never see out.
No.
Like it's all a show.
Yeah, it's art.
It's whatever it is.
Okay.
It's art. It's fashion. It's art and fashion combined. But one-legged jeans are selling out everywhere online. And I have not seen any out in the world yet. Maybe they're on their way to St. Louis. I don't know. But one popular version of the one-legged pants sold out and they're $440 a piece.
Just think how much more it'd be if it had full length on both sides.
That's a good point.
Thank you.
I have a problem because I'm one of these weirdos that everything needs to be symmetrical, and I don't like.
This bothers me.
It bothers me.
It's baggy. Do you notice one side it just looks terrible?
Yeah.
You can't do baggy. It needs to be skinny at least.
Here's somebody on TikTok trying them on, and their boyfriend has thoughts.
As soon as I saw these, I knew I had to get my hands on them immediately. Why are you so nosy?
What are you talking about? Why is it missing the other leg?
It's not missing a leg. Wait, why am I actually obsessed?
It's cutting off your circulation.
Listen, you get the air flow here and you keep warm here.
What if it's cold?
All right, guys, let's style the whole outfit, maybe with some shades. A little too short for my preference, but this leg
It's a little too short for anybody's preference.
Dumb looking.
Nobody wearing that.
Listen, I don't know all about fashion, but these are stupid looking.
Yeah, I don't like them either. It's a symmetry thing for me, though. It's not necessarily
It would
style.
actually physically make me sick seeing these out. Where's your other leg?
What happened to your leg?
What happened to your other leg? My OCD is killing me.
Yes, me too.
The Riz family's going to Disney in a couple weeks, and our trip it's coming up soon. I mean, next
Disney.
yeah, it's next month.
Trademark.
It's at the beginning of May.
What are you looking forward to? And we're starting there. Do not tell me what you're not looking forward to.
Yeah, the happiest place on earth just got a little less happy.
I'm looking forward to well, Moon was there last, and he said, I mean, you built this thing up in my head like this is going to be phenomenal. And and my wife and daughter went last year, and they said it was phenomenal as well. And I have high hopes.
Okay.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it so much. You're gonna be disappointed with how much you love it because you're gonna come back and be like, I don't want to say the truth because I'll come off like a crazy person and I'll get crap
Yeah, like a
from
big
everybody
sap.
else in the room.
I'm trying to.
It'll be that good. It'll be that good that you will play it down.
I'm trying to get my son just as enthused
No
as
way.
as I am. I'm trying to get him to the next level.
Is he okay? Like, he's 15. Does he care?
He's not really. He doesn't really want to go, but
Yeah.
he may be just saying that.
You can wow all you want.
I'm not wah-wah.
He's gonna come
There's
back.
no way he zens out like you in line.
For
There is
sure.
no way,
For
dude.
sure.
He is going to come back.
No,
Are
no.
you
I don't
doing
wanna
the fast
kill
pass?
people.
Because I'm
This
worried
guy's
for your
this,
family.
this guy's
Okay.
going lightning lane, fast pass, Cheney pass. He's doing it all.
Okay,
and he's
good.
doing it right.
We got.
and he's going to be blown away. All the things that matter to him, I know, and they will all be catered to.
I want to go out to a nice restaurant while we're there.
That's easy.
I'm already looking up like nice restaurants there.
Even the food
In the park?
just the food in general in the park.
Oh,
is,
apparently there are some phenomenal like 5-star Michelin star restaurants.
yeah, I don't need to say anything. This will be great. I'll be proven right, and I'll sit back.
I will
and-
admit. I
and-
will admit if you're.
Oh, I know you will.
I mean, I'm not going to come back with a Mickey Mouse T-shirt.
Okay.
Maybe I
Don't
won't.
say, hey,
All
don't
right.
say
What
never.
if I
That's
come
fine.
back?
I'm not going to say anything
That's
anymore.
cool
I'm
years,
just
I
going
bet,
to
yeah.
I'm going to let this happen.
If you
'Cause
come
you're gonna
back
love it.
all Mickey Mouse out, I don't know if I can handle it. I mean, we have one Mickey Mouse in this room, and I love you, and that's fine.
Sure you do.
I don't know if I can handle more of you going on in here.
I'm going with an open mind, and then I read a story like this. Now, what was your favorite ride?
Oh, dude. I know you're going to say here, because I saw this horror story. But I will say,
Nobody died.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Is,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I know I'm playing you into this, but that ride is so good that there is no line.
You know what? You'd mentioned that when you got back, the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. I guess maybe it's a newer version of it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just know that.
It's called Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a California adventure.
Oh, you're talking that's in California.
Oh, okay. This is not okay. Great then.
Oh, that's different. I'm sure it's familiar. Listen.
Okay, this is Disneyland. Great. Okay.
Oh, yeah. This is
We're
not the
back
one.
on. We're going again.
Yeah.
guys.
The one in Florida was a $500 million ride. I mean, are you fools? Is anybody in this room going to tell me that something that they spent $500 million on something? It's not going to entertain you?
That's true.
Goodness. It deserves some respect.
healthcare?
Put some respect on it.
This story's from Disneyland. That's great.
This is awesome.
Okay, because over at Disney Adventures, Disney California Adventures, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, there's been another, what we're going to call an explosive situation. For the third time this month, and 2 times in one day last week, somebody has pooped in line.
Oh, in line?
That's
Yeah.
the
Oh,
breakout.
I thought it was on the ride. Thank
No,
goodness.
this is in the line.
It's got to be the same person, right?
I don't understand why people are not just getting out of line and going to the restroom if this place is so awesome.
Right.
Yes,
What is
a
happening?
pooping incident has struck again, forcing a section of the ride's line to temporarily be shut down for cleaning. Now, according to a Disneyland cast member, guests in line started noticing a pretty unpleasant smell.
Oh my gosh.
And before long, part of the queue was roped off. Cleaning crews had to step in, handle the mess. They're calling it a mess.
Oh man. Somebody couldn't have held your spot.
Aren't there bathrooms near the rides? I mean, don't they think about how long the lines are going to be and people that would be more convenient?
This is 3 times in 1 month, twice in a day.
Gotta be
Same
the
ride?
person.
The Guardians of the Guardians of the Galaxy ride is a fan favorite, and its long lines are legendary. They're saying, especially during busy days. But apparently, for some guests, the wait is just too much to handle. I think if you poop in line at a Disney park, you should be banned for life.
Yeah, you're out.
You're out.
At least twice.
Unless it's a health thing.
And a kid. I mean, they can't help it sometimes.
No, even they.
Even the kids?
Yeah,
Oh my
get 'em
God,
outta
you
here.
are brutal, dude.
Sorry, 1 year ban.
Get him out of here.
Goodbye.
Little Jade poops her pants one time as a 5-year-old and it's over for her, huh?
As of now, Disney has not issued an official statement, but they're known for their strict cleaning protocols, so you could bet they're on top of this. Meanwhile, stories already making the rounds, with some guests laughing it off, others wondering if this is a sign of a bigger problem.
I wonder if they have the
Maybe they need to put porta potties, every couple feet on this line. I don't know.
The system in Florida is there is no line for it. Like you have to sign up for it.
Oh, you do?
And it gives you a time and a day or whatever it is. So you're only in line for that thing for maybe a half hour, 20 minutes anyway, because you got your reservation. You know what I mean? It's a reservation thing for that particular ride.
Got it.
Rise of the Resistance for Star Wars. That's the best one there.
I kind of like that
The reservation thing.
reservation thing.
Dude, listen. This is how we did it. We did it with the tour guide that you gave us, and she helped us set it up, day to day. And then you get there at a certain time, and you basically put in the app all the places that you want to go, and you start. You can reserve, I think, 2 at a time or something. So we would reserve it, and it our whole day was just perfectly planned. We were never in line
Right.
for more than 30 minutes
Yeah, I
or
like
something
that.
like that. We'll get food here, and then at 1:35 we'll ride Tron, and then it was
That's the way to do
friggin'
it.
spectacularly done.
So
Are you
instead of
going to be navigating all of that, or will your wife be the one reserving and doing all of
we
that?
got a
Oh no,
person.
everyone needs it. Everybody has the app.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can-
One of our neighbors is a Disney consultant.
Perfect.
Yeah, and she did great for us, and helped us do reservations for dinner. So everything is reserved, and you figure it all out. And you there's some math you got to do. You map it out a little
Just
bit.
tell her, and she kind of takes care of it.
Okay,
Right
great.
now, I can get on the app and see how long the lines are at any ride. And you can go, oh, it's only 30 minutes at Tron or whatever the heck it might be.
That's great.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll be there for May the 4th, so that'll be cool.
It's pretty cool, man. You'll like the rides.
All right.
The rides are incredible.
If you had a son in middle school, and I have a daughter in middle school. You have middle schoolers at your.
One middle school. The boys are high school and elementary school.
Okay, well, if you had a son in middle school, how would you feel about them asking to have their birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese or Hooters?
What? They give
What
you
if a
those
middle
options?
school? What if a middle school boy wanted to have his birthday party at Hooters? Would you be okay with that?
I mean, I'm cool with the Chuck E. Cheese one. They're just trying to
Yeah.
relive their youth, or hold on to that childhood. But
Do
the
you like the
Hooters, I mean,
wings?
it's are you growing up too fast? Have you gone here with your father? What's
And
happened?
We talked about Hooters a couple weeks ago, because they filed for bankruptcy, And Hooters is tame.
It is.
In compared to, what a middle schooler could just access online at any time.
Mm-hmm.
With a couple taps on their phone, it's...
And no parental controls, yes. By the way, you can get like the full getup at Spencer's right now if you are in need of some Hooters gear. Just saying.
Listen, if you haven't been to Hooters in years, you're not alone. They've been struggling to stay afloat, and according to reports, they're about $300 million in debt. And last year, they closed about 40 locations in the U.S. The ones here are still open? Or at least the one downtown is still open?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
The one on Page, I believe, I'm pretty sure that one's still open.
It is.
Yeah.
The one by Funny Bone is still open. That's the Page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, right up the street. And now, they got to do something. And now they're trying to attract more business by making a pivot to being more family-friendly. So they're calling it a re-Hooterization, but it's more like a de-Hooterization. You may not realize this, but Hooters and their offshoot Hoots Wings have become increasingly family-friendly over the past decade. And they've long had a kids menu. I didn't know this. Hooters has long had a kids menu.
Well, it's divorced dads taking the kids to the only place he thinks they'll enjoy. And let's go get wings at Daddy's favorite
the divorced
restaurant.
dad special.
Do you think they just rebrand to full-on Hoots? Just go Hoots.
I hope they go full, like, Cracker Barrel persona, where the next commercial is like a guy on a rocking chair, like, my family and I have been coming here for 3 generations. It's just like a guy in a John Deere hat. And then a couple of big jugs just appear out of the side. Here you go, Grandpa. He tears into a wing, hands it to a little child in a stroller. Let's go full
Hooters. Family.
Hooters. When I think Hooters, I think family.
Yeah, 636 on the texter, 314. I remember my 8th grade party at Hooters.
Dang.
I'm almost 40. Remember my 13th birthday party at Hooters like it was yesterday.
That is a divorced parent guy, for sure.
314, not a divorced dad. My daughter had her birthday party at Hooters every year from 5th to 9th. The girls would hula hoop with her.
Oh,
Get free milk, too.
I love that.
It's a milkshake. Anyway. Ownership says it's depressing to them that women would not want their families going to Hooters, even dads alone. Now, they didn't say what exactly they'd be changing to make it more PG or when, but it's safe to say the skimpy outfits and bikini nights are going to be maybe phased out. They're also going to refresh their menu with fresher ingredients.
It's not even about the kid. It's about, and I'm going to throw the dads under the bus right now. Like, if I took Jerry, if I'm like, hey, instead of Duck Room, we were going to do my birthday party at Hooters, I would just have to deal with the men, like, and Jerry specifically, the only person who I would care about, with his jaw open and, like, how he gets around, like, gorgeous women that are scantily clad. And I just don't want to deal with that on my
Listen,
birthday.
listen, the Hooters waitresses, are they trained, by the way, to sit with you? Is that part of, like, the whole...
They probably have to have great personality.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And
you know,
It's called
bedside
getting
manner.
the tips,
Right.
too, man.
you know, whenever you go to Hooters, they always pull up a stool and just sit with you.
It's so cute.
Yeah. They are playing into the male fantasy of, like, picking up the hot waitress.
So you're
She
telling
likes
me there's
me.
a chance.
She sat with us, dude. Megan sat with us for like 20 minutes. You didn't feel that? You didn't feel the vibe?
I'm going to ask for a number.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Dude,
This is what I'm talking about.
Dale, don't do it, buddy.
Dad,
yeah,
stop.
the amount of numbers left on napkins and credit card receipts at Hooters has to be astronomical.
Oh, yeah.
Astronomical.
They should make a wall in the back, like by the cooks.
They probably
Yes.
do.
You know?
Honestly, I bet there is somewhere
hope
in the
so.
building.
The wall,
The sad wall
the
of
sad wall
dads.
of numbers on napkins.
It's like the wall back behind the pageant, the cage where it was all the bras that women would throw up on stage for various shows. It's like that.
Yeah, but there's no sadness that comes along with that.
No, that's just a good time. That's a great show.
How many guys have thought, maybe there's a chance I'm going to leave in the billfold, a number here, 314-624-3833.
I dated a Hooters gal
So we
briefly,
felt something.
a long time ago, but I didn't meet her there. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest, it was kind of cool when she came home in the
Hooters uniform?
Hooters uniform.
That's
yeah.
sweet.
I mean, It was like the quintessential, like, whoa, hot chicks of the 80s, you know?
Okay,
like
and you
that
know
whole-
every Hooters has their guy regulars,
Oh, yeah.
which, okay. All right, what's going on there?
Sounds like nothing at home.
Nothing at home.
That's kind of every bar, though. That's not a,
Yeah.
that's not a Hooters. I mean, it's a little sadder.
every bar will have their regular, which is fine because it's probably the local watering hole.
Right, but I'm saying there's like,
But when you're a regular at Hooters, God bless them.
yeah.
314, never met a Hooters. Is it even worth it? Moon. Is it even worth it? I
Fine,
listen,
worth
it's-
it.
If I'm going to
it's-
weigh in here, it all goes down.
It's a very famous institution.
Sure. And the first couple times I was there, they were all on promotional things. They were radio station things that we as a band would do on tour. A radio station would have a sponsor. Hooters would be sponsoring something, so we would do a meet and greet there or something. So that was my first go. When I went in and I went, oh, it's just a restaurant. Like I didn't realize that. I thought it was more of like this.
Hedonistic,
Yeah,
you
this
know.
super slutty thing
Right.
or whatever, but it was just a restaurant. And then, there was one that was attached to a House of Blues down in Dallas, and we would always go there because I think we got a discount or something for meals, And what do you know? It's just a restaurant. Here's where I'm going to lay into it, though.
Okay.
There was our favorite wing stop, or our favorite wing spot, our boneless wings. We wanted for Super Bowl one year, and they shut it down. I guess they were overloaded on the things. And we ended up getting, I think it was Hooters wings. I want to say it was either Hooters or Buffalo Wild Wings, and it was delivered. And it was garbage. And ever since then, I have said, nah, we're not ordering this ever again. It was so little chicken for so much nasty sauce. And, it was just sauce and breading. And I was so turned off that if they really want to change things, call it Hoots and up your wing game.
Yeah, we all know Hooters got it's the wooden bowl. Every Hooters has a certain smell to it as well, and everything's so over-sauced.
Yeah, but the sauce is good.
The sauce is good.
The sauces are good, but just make sure I'm getting chicken in there, dude. That's all I'm saying. Is step up, just change ever so slightly, change something where you've improved a menu item, and you can come back with a vengeance. Because you got the brand, you got the footprint, you got the staff.
The cool logo.
Yeah, call it Hoots, change a little bit of something, but man, just up your chicken game ever so slightly, and I think everything would explode for them.
There was
Look at the wing stops, dude. They're everywhere now.
Because their food's good.
That's what I mean. Like the food matters these days.
The food matters.
Yeah. But now there's it's worth going to say you went to the original restaurant. You
That's
know
right.
what I mean,
I
because
think you
there's
should
so
go.
many now. Because there's regulars everywhere. Like Show Me's. They were like,
Twin
what
Peaks.
if we had scantily clad women and stinky seafood is what we served?
Oh,
on
they
it?
they do seafood there?
Yummy. Yeah, Show Me's is like more of a seafood.
Oh, I thought it was.
driven.
I thought it was
didn't know
always
that.
like, all right, let's say we have scantily clad waitresses, but okay, guys, instead of orange, it's blue.
It's pink shorts.
Oh, is it pink shorts? I
Yeah,
thought
it's
it was.
like
I
hot
thought it
pink
was
shorts
blue.
and blue tops. You're right, but it's like the color scheme is slight. That was the first Hooters rip was Show Me's, and it was like as based out of Florida, of course. It was like a seaside place, and then it got franchised, and they started popping up, sadly, in the Midwest.
Oh man, I thought that was a Missouri thing.
Yeah, I always thought it was the same.
Doesn't show me.
No, I think it was.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm
It
right.
would
be
make
wrong.
sense.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
I'm
you're
saying-
right. Maybe it
No,
started
no,
in Missouri, and I
I've
just saw
never
one
heard
in
that.
Florida.
I've
Florida's
never-
like,
I always
yeah.
thought it was a Missouri thing too because it was Show Me's.
Yeah, I just assumed it was a local thing or a regional thing. Hey, you know one other thing about Hooters
Then
too?
you get what, the tilted kilt, Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
yeah, Twin Peaks.
The
is doing
restaurants start popping up everywhere, and all of these places have guys that go there every day that hit on the same waitresses every day that the regulars at these places. Like that's a different breed of men.
well.
It's a specific
And
type of guy.
I don't know if they still do those calendars, but every shop you went to, every mechanic shop, every small motor place,
Lawnmower shop.
small engine shop would have a Hooters calendar up there. And I will say this: the couple people that I knew that worked at Hooters have all become incredibly successful women, and they were a part. They were a
right.
part of not just these calendar
is.
things, but they would do a whole bunch of like charity events and things that women went on to do different pageants and stuff. Like they were pretty connected. The people that were running some of those things, those charity events and the outreach events and the calendar things, like that was a pretty cool aspect to what looks pretty trashy
Show me
on the other end. It is Missouri?
It is Missouri.
Oh, okay.
I'm really proud of our state. First state to rip off the restaurant. Good job, Missouri.
Yay.
We did it.
I was misinformed. I apologize. I apologize to Willard
breasts.
Vandiver, who in 1899 declared, "I'm from Missouri, and you've got to show me," because it led to show me's.
Yeah.
Little did he know.
Little did he know that just under 100 years later, the first Show Me's opened its doors in November of 1990.
We'll show you, Willard.
Is that St. Louis or Springfield or Kansas City or where?
I don't know where the first one was. It says St. Louis Metro.
Oh, nice.
I just always remember going to Spaghetti Factory down at the Laclede's Landing, and there was one, and you could see it in the window, and you're like, whoa, what's in there?
Oh, you aren't a regular?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Well,
old Spaghetti Factory, yes.
It's going to be, last month, there were reports that Hooters was going to file Chapter 11. That could result in, a lot more of these stores closing. Currently 250 locations in the U.S. It'll be interesting to see if this makes Hooters more appealing to anyone, no matter what they do. It's going to be hard to overcome the stigma of what Hooters is and Hooters was. And the existing loyal customers are probably not interested in it becoming more PG.
Right.
Packed with kids. And you don't go to Hooters for health stuff, right?
No, I don't think they should do that. I think they should.
Well, they got to do something.
I think they should inject some adrenaline into the existing menu. Right? I mean, nobody's going there for something else. And the people that like the wings love the wings. They love it. They love it.
They have decent buffalo shrimp.
Yeah, and the buffalo sauce, like their general sauce, is one of the better ones.
Yeah,
it's kind of in the middle. It's pretty freaking good. Go for it.
What?
Just make more chicken.
It appears there's only 2 Show Me's left.
Okay.
Oh.
One in St. Charles, congratulations, and one in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Nice.
Well,
Well,
yeah. All
one of
right.
the waitresses is there from the beginning, from 1990.
Wow.
Yeah, I've
Terre
been
Haute's
here since
hopping, man.
1990, honey. Let me tell you something that was different back then.
Terre Haute Hooters.
Alice.
Yeah, well, let's just say things were popping off, as the kids say.
What we used to do for tips, huh? We'll talk about one more thing before we hit the break.
I bought a 3-bedroom ranch in St. Charles, Missouri from my Show Me's money. Thank you very much. Lois, no one's doubting you did.
One more thing before we hit the break. This is about a woman named Neil El Sharif. She is a successful Arab-American CEO, and she was on a transatlantic flight from New York to Milan. Picture this. Let's say you learn you are, without Tim, you're flying to Milan.
Okay.
Whoa.
You're a successful CEO on this business trip, and you're sitting in your premium economy seat, getting ready to relax. And the guy next to you just starts jawing.
Whoa.
Just straight up going at it.
God, this is a story.
Everyone's
man.
relaxed.
And this is exactly what happened
Oh,
on
jeez.
a flight to Milan. She is the founder of this vegan leather brand called Mela. Now, she noticed the guy next to her acting weird after he had a couple glasses of champagne. First, he was grabbing his crotch, and then it escalated into full-on jawing. And get this, he went on for nearly an hour.
An hour.
Oh,
An hour.
That's cocaine, bro.
What a machine.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Now, she says she was frozen in her seat, panicking and trying to figure out what to do next. I would go, bing, hello, flight attendant.
Is that called hijacking?
Oh,
my
stop it,
gosh.
Scott. That is terrific, by the way.
Ding, ding, ding for you today, sir.
My goodness.
Somebody had to say it.
That's terrific.
I'm glad it was you, buddy.
That's
Okay, that's it for you
terrific.
today, okay? Let's.
Spectacular.
You've already hit the high water mark,
Yeah.
like for the
was
week.
So good.
Okay?
So proud of you right now.
So she's frozen. She's panicking. She's trying to figure out what to do next. When the guy finally stopped, she got up and went to tell a flight attendant. Now, you'd think the crew would jump into action. Nope. Instead, she was met with one of the most dismissive responses ever. The flight attendant said, allegedly, There's really nothing I could do.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and you know what? Because she was in premium. Like, she was in the premium seats. And she goes, you know what? I mean, why don't I just move to economy?
No way.
That's what she says.
Who's this guy?
No way.
But it gets worse. The same flight attendant reportedly said, men just do stuff like that.
Oh, my God.
Ew.
What's going on in premium?
And even shared that her own husband does similar things. And again, this is all, this sounds
like the companion pass was being used by this lady's husband.
This woman is understandably horrified, not just by the guy's disgusting behavior, but how the crew handled it or didn't handle it. They didn't confront the man. They didn't file a report. They basically acted like it was no big deal. And to top it off, she believes maybe her ethnicity played a role in how dismissively she was treated, leaving her feeling like she was just supposed to put up with it. I don't know. This whole thing sounds fishy to me.
What's her ethnicity?
She's Arab American.
Yeah.
What was the flight attendant? American or Italian?
They don't say. As she's suing American Airlines for negligence, emotional distress, discrimination. She's asking for over $1 million in damages.
For some reason, if the flight attendant's Italian, it plays better for me.
These are things that they happen. This is what the men they do this.
It's just like it doesn't feel as dismissive as much as it feels like fun.
Well, and then, like,
it's wrong.
How long does this go? You said how long? An hour?
An hour, dude.
She said it went on for an hour, and then after he was done is when she got up. So there's no way to prove.
Ew.
Why'd you watch him finish?
Yeah, I would be like, okay, I'm just going to go literally anywhere else. I mean, I get that, like, okay, you're a CEO, you're in premium, you don't want to go to economy, but, like, I'd be like, I'm out. If this is what's up.
Give me a parachute.
Yeah, like the guy that was joeing in the creek, like, my fight or flight was like, boom, I'm out. Like, I just took
but right
off.
away, you didn't stay and watch.
No, I did not. I saw enough, and I was out. Yeah.
I'm going to punch him right on the top.
So the flight, fight, freeze, and fawn, she obviously froze.
She froze.
Or fawned.
Or fawned, but allegedly not.
So she wants $1 million. American Airlines has been called out in the past for not protecting their passengers. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. If she'll get any money, if this is true, what she said. I don't know, something seems a bit off with the story.
I just don't believe anybody would sit there the whole time.
I don't either. That's what had my
You're also probably a little skeptical because nobody else said anything.
Yeah, but you've been in like premium economy. Like the seats are bigger. I think it's probably just the two-seaters.
It's just like everybody is so on edge and so whatever that if anybody raises a stink about anything, it's stink times 2. So it's hard to feel like anything was. You know what I mean? Like, when's the last time you've been in a public situation where something like happened weird and everyone around was dismissive? It just doesn't happen. People want to get riled.
Yeah,
they want to get riled. Employees as well. And I'm not saying any of this is not true. I'm just saying I haven't been in a situation like that where like 7 heroes don't come to the rescue of like, oh, let me be involved. Let me say something out loud. It's just everybody's so loud.
3 and 4. It's like maybe she was in the window seat and couldn't get out. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be. And listen, this guy could have been joeing. I don't know. For an hour.
Are you saying that if somebody intervened to a guy joeing for an hour, they're white knighting?
What? No, man. I'm saying
like,
I haven't.
dang. What does this world come to?
I'm saying I haven't been in a situation
Where
where
they didn't
people are
intervene.
looking to be some freaking hero or something.
Right.
Yeah, this guy's
Like
yelling
this.
on a flight, and
Serious
she
situations.
starts yelling.
I've
He's
seen
getting
some-
duct taped to the seat.
I've seen some real serious situations and nobody does anything. Everybody freezes.
Yeah.
But the small opportunity to do very little and look very cool, like everybody's taking those opportunities these days. That's all I'm saying.
Or at least a camera coming out.
That's what I mean.
assault,
Like everybody
brother.
wants to, go viral.
At least a camera coming out. And, she didn't take her phone out. She was frozen.
I do want to ask the question that we probably have asked on the show and will continue to ask often. What's going on in airports, guys? I thought about this last week when we reported about the naked lady throwing stuff. And I'm like, is 5G real? Is it making people crazy at the airports? What's going on? Has this always been happening? We just didn't have phones?
No,
and
I
airports
really
have
think
always been.
And my theory is it's twofold. It's alcohol and edibles. It's alcohol and medications.
You think people are just getting liquored up because of plain anxiety and then going crazy?
And then popping a Xanax, popping something to quote-unquote calm them down. They're having some adverse reaction. Or going crazy after eating an edible and having too much and then...
Yeah.
Plus, the whole airport experience is far more stressful now than it used to be.
Yeah, probably.
It's a bit more packed. More things are going wrong. For God's sakes, we had 3 planes go down in like the span of a week there. This is
I just read something. Did you hear about the kite?
No.
Oh, yeah. There was a kite that got tangled up into an airplane, right?
Right.
Southwest flight or something?
It was
who's flying
United
a
Airlines
kite?
flight.
United.
Well,
Yeah.
a kite apparently made contact with the United Airlines flight while it was landing at Reagan National Airport on Saturday afternoon. A kite. So it happened near Gravelly Point, that popular spot just outside the airport where people love to watch planes fly overhead. Now, witness said he was there with his partner when they noticed the kite flying higher than it should have been. At first, they thought it was just a weird perspective, but the plane got closer and actually hit the kite.
Come on, man. Somebody's trying to do that.
The kite fell to the ground. Thankfully, the plane landed safely without any issues.
But this is a place where people go to watch planes land. So, like like we used to do at Limburg. It was before your time. You guys ever do that?
Flying a kite there, by the way, is definitely not allowed for good reason. I mean, you're not allowed.
That's the dumbest
You're not
thing
allowed
I've
to
ever
fly a
heard.
kite there. It's way too close to the runway.
You guys didn't, Riz, you wouldn't know that, but you guys didn't do that? There was a parking lot before they expanded the airport that was right on Limburg.
Yeah, it's like
right on North Limburg. And we used to sit there full on Wayne and Garth. And you go there and you park and you sit on top of your car and the planes look like they're landing on you. It was incredible.
No, I never got to do that.
Oh my gosh. It was Riz, it was I mean, you know the Wayne and Garth scene.
Yeah, of course I do.
And then you go, they're yelling like we did that all the time. You get bored, you're a teenager, you're bored.
Did you think Bugs Bunny, when he dressed up like a female bunny, was kind of hot? Did you have that conversation?
Well, I mean, listen,
'Cause that's
obviously-
what Garth says
Oh,
whenever
no, I
they're
don't
looking at the
remember that.
airplane.
Obviously, kites and jet engines don't mix, especially when the plane is about 100 to 200 feet above the ground during landing. So airport police show up, they confiscate the kite, they gave the family a warning. No charges were filed. The kite was eventually returned to the owners. United Airlines said there was no damage to the plane, but all passengers deplane normal.
I'm pretty sure if we were out on that Limburg thing and some idiot started flying a kite, they'd get your ass kicked real fast.
They show up very quickly.
Well, it's funny because the guy that was there was like, he thought it was a perspective thing, like they couldn't be that close to it.
Right.
And oh yeah,
Was somebody trying to get it sucked up into the engine and then lift it up off the air?
I don't know, man, I don't know. They're saying it's completely reckless to fly kites in that area. And one of the pilots called it deliberate skullduggery.
Wow. Was it
no.
actually Ben Franklin doing this? Skullduggery. I haven't heard that in a while.
Captain Robert Katz said it's incredibly reckless to fly kites in the area, calling it deliberate skullduggery.
I agree, man.
That guy's been a captain for a long time.
Yeah. Captain of what, though? Like captain of one of those big wooden ships?
Yeah, the Mayflower.
All right, let's do this. All right, it's brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Riz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From St. Louis, Jeffrey Clark is our team member today. Yeah, Jeffrey. Jeffrey has been a fan of the Riz Show since 2015 when he discovered the show while attending Point Fest with friends. This show has become a staple of his everyday life and always keeps him alert and prepared for office conversations at work as well. Well, Jeffrey Clark from St. Louis is our Team Riz member of the day. Get super sweet Team Riz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take our first break of the morning. We'll come back with Cramp on Celebrities at 7:16. Traffic and weather. First look, Moon coming at you.
Yeah, dude. Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We got delays, 270 eastbound between Gravois and Big Bend. Average speed about 25 miles an hour. Further south, there are delays, 270 eastbound between 55 and it looks like 44. Your point forecast, mostly sunny, high of 56. Right now it is 40 at the Point Studio.
All right, Learn what you got for us.
Who's sold out now? A fourth time is a charm. One RIP so far this week, and music videos from this century that allegedly changed the game.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays, the porno birthday, all that and more next at your Crap on Celebrity. Stay there.
Yes, have some. You go.
Hey guys, it's a commercial break. Make sure to like,
subscribe, and share. It's the best way to show your love for the Rizzuto Show.
So cheesy.
All right.
Hello, I'm Lefty Borton, here for you, your Valentine's 2016 holiday dating tips.
I was just up in Shelbina, which is a couple hours away from St. Louis, and that's pretty long ways. And I was up there, and yet people kept telling me they see Mountaintop Motor Company's stickers all over that town. So they've been buying Mountaintop Motor Company. I mean, people for hours and hours around St. Louis keep coming into Mountaintop Motor Company because they are the absolute best when it comes to getting your next car. And you can go to mountaintopmotors.com and check out what I'm talking about. I mean, they have an incredible lineup right now, just like this Cadillac XTS Platinum. It's only a little under 13 grand, and it's got 78,000 miles, and this thing is loaded. And if you haven't driven a Cadillac before, you got to go get this. I mean, that price point is incredible, and Cadillacs are legitly beautiful and, I mean, luxurious. And plus, if you're looking for trucks, work trucks, SUVs, or even the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, they got a 2021 with only 41,000 miles, and it's 36 grand. Absolutely incredibly priced. Go to Mountaintop Motor Company. Their vehicles go very quick, and they have incredible rides, I promise you. I mean, this is why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews. They are the absolute best. Go to mountaintopmotors.com. That's mountaintopmotors.com.
All right, we're here at the Burton House in Eureka, and I've been talking on the air about how they want to get rid of this almost 100-foot tree, 110-foot tree, something like that. My tree guy, Tom, he's almost 77. He's cutting this sucker down with our buddy Ryan. And I got my friend Brad over here helping out. So we're hoping it falls that way, and not that way, or that way, or that way. And I asked him, is it going to go that way? And his wisdom was, that's the plan. So we'll see.
HVAC.com, ANTONSHVAC.com. That's the website for Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy Experts. This is who I have in my home and have for many years. I've trusted them with all of my services, from my plumbing, my heating stuff, my cooling, all the systems in my house that are responsible for keeping me comfortable through all the seasons that we deal with here. And we got like 8 different seasons here. I was dealing with those seasons. In our house, we would have sometimes where this one room was always hot, and then the next season this same room was always cold. No matter what it was in that room, the rest of the house was completely different. Like, we had the most inefficient home, and that just happens. That happens to most of our houses in a city like this. Anton's came in, we did an energy audit, and they found out exactly where the weak spots were and why it was happening, so I could fix it. I could fix it immediately. I save a lot of time, save a lot of money, and man, do I save some energy. You can call them 314-338-3941. Right now, they have incredible 48 months, no-interest financing. Ask them about that. That's amazing. Top-tier comfort, efficiency, and unbeatable savings at Anton's. AntonsHVAC.com, ANTONSHVAC.com.
Everywhere you look at me, you can see I'm in a brace. Yeah, you got a giant halo right there on your face. And every time I look like you. Girl, you know it's true. Yeah, you got a giant halo right there on your face. Hello, hi. Howdy. Hello, hi. That was Beyonce's Halo.
Oh, hey, how's it going, man? Hey, good to see you, Have a seat, man. Just wanted to have a chat with you, King Scott's Virginity, just to talk with you real fast and just to say, first of all, thank you for everything that you've done for King Scott and for his lovely fiance. And I also wanted to say that you've been such a big part of our lives, you know, whether it's the show or just in our personal lives. And relationships end and it's time for you to go. And I didn't want you to be shocked, to be surprised or anything. So I wanted to give you an idea of what's going to be happening on the wedding night, what's to come, so to speak. So when two people are in love, they get married, and then after they get married, they normally go away somewhere, someplace beautiful, and then they get, you know what I mean? Like, they will go behind doors. I recommend going behind doors, and you that so that bitch can't get out. You show her God. You know what I'm saying? This is how you show her. And so strong because she ain't never seen it before. And you drill. Okay, you know how when man first landed on the moon? That's what we're gonna do. We are gonna. She is your moon, and you are gonna take your flag, and you are gonna. No, it's gonna be fine. They're in love. If they got married, it's gonna. No, seriously, it's gonna be over. We're gonna miss you. We love you. We miss you, but you gotta go. Beautiful. If you need more information, I've got a website. It's jerfinoff@gmail.com. It's all good.
By the one and the only Brent Smith of Shinedown.
I forgot how that song goes. All I heard was ding 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 ding. I'm like, what are the actual words?
I don't think anybody actually knows.
Is that girls?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
There we go. That is some 80s.
You know what? We
That
got
is
to bring it back
hardcore.
for the weekends, right?
Okay.
The holiday weekends. So we got Brent Smith, Shinedown. It's a Point Big summer show. Couldn't be more excited to have you guys, Jelly Roll, back in St. Louis.
Yep. And John Harvey for the first time.
And John Harvey. It's going to be insane. So this is the Planet Zero World Tour.
It
and,
is.
You know, I'm not supposed to play favorites, but I'm a little obsessed with the album.
Cool.
A little obsessed with it. Now, what I think makes this album so interesting and so cool is that every few songs, there's a Siri type AI
Siren.
voice. Siren. Okay,
Our
can you?
beloved St. Louis Battlehawks are back, and Hot Shots is the official battle bar and partner of the St. Louis Battlehawks for 2025.
Yeah, Hot Shots is proud to be an official battle bar and partner of the Battlehawks for the UFL season. So join them at any Hot Shots location, catch every Battlehawks matchup, home or away, and experience the best caca party in town. The Battle Bar watch parties will be packed with giveaways, prizes, and more Battlehawks charged towards the first UFL's championship. Bring your loudest caca and cheer on St. Louis's favorite football team at any Hot Shots location.
So Sunday is a home game. So the next official Battlehawk watch party is Saturday, April 19th, 11 a.m. at the Hot Shots Lindbergh and the Hot Shots St. Charles. So join Hot Shots, game day special, celebrate with fans, enjoy Battlehawks football, and caca with pride. Hot Shots, the official sports weather is show and home to STL sports fans since 1990. HotShotsNet.com.
Hey, so welcome back to the farm. In the last video, you saw me on the tractor with the brush hog in the field, trying to get everything all good. Kind of a pain. So I called in reinforcements. My friends from McCoy Construction and Forestry, they're here, and they brought toys. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on, Riz?
Chad and Steve and Mike. Okay, so we got some mowers because I need some help in the field.
Absolutely.
So you guys saw me with the big brush hog, and with the elderberry.
Show phone number 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. The Coleman's Campers text line, 314-649-3862, 314-649-DUMB. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, rizshow@1057thepoint.com. Sex time fun facts coming up later on. I'll let you know what hot wifing is. Hot wifing.
I already know.
Do you know what hot wifing is?
Mm-hmm. Look forward to the conversation.
Know.
I do.
You do know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Kidding me, dude? Think of the things you put me in charge of on this show.
Okay. Hot wifing. Any idea, Mooners?
No, sir.
Hot wifing. I can't wait to chop it up with you. Riz Olympics episodes 6, 7, and 8 out now. The thrilling conclusion of the Riz Olympics. Make sure you check it out on the points.
They all dropped.
All dropped today?
I thought we were releasing them one at a time.
Me too.
Dropping them all today.
All dropped.
All out today. 6, 7, 8. We're not going to talk about it yet. We're going to give you a couple days to watch.
See us at our best.
The final three.
The final three. 6, 7, 8 out today. Presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Stay, play, dine. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com for special promotions. But it's the thrilling conclusion. Find out who won. And we'll wait a couple days for you guys to watch, and we'll chop it up. Thrilling, huh, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were some cliffhanger moments.
There was, yeah. All right, today is March the 31st. Back in the day, 136 years ago, 1889, the Eiffel Tower. Officially dedicated at 984 feet tall. It was the world's tallest structure at the time. It held the title until the 1930s when New York built the Chrysler Building and then the Empire State Building. 93 years ago, 1932, Ford unveils its new V8 engine. Hell yeah. 67 years ago, 1958, Chuck Berry puts out his rock and roll classic, Johnny B. Good. 58 years ago, 1967, Jimi Hendrix sets his guitar on fire. Does it for the first time during a concert in London. 41 years ago, 1984, Kenny Loggins hit #1 with what song? 1984.
Footloose.
Footloose, yes. 40 years ago, 1985, WrestleMania 1 takes place in New York. 32 years ago, 1993, Brandon Lee dies on the set of The Crow after being shot in the stomach with a gun that was supposed to be loaded with blanks. The special effects crew was actually rigging real bullets into blanks, and then one of them misfired. His death was ruled an accident. 30 years ago, 1995, Selena shot to death in Corpus Christi by the founder of her fan club, Yolanda Saldivar.
Who just got denied parole.
Denied parole last week.
I follow Chris Perez, who was Selena's husband, who, if you ever watched the movie about her life, he's still playing music and stuff. And this every year or every time that Yolanda does not get parole, he celebrates really big.
Oh, yeah.
The whole family is obviously very supportive of that.
Well,
so.
Jennifer Lopez would later build her career off that 1997 movie.
That's a great movie. Did you not watch it?
It is a good movie.
Yeah.
That same day, Tommy Boy hits theaters. 26 years ago, 1999, The Matrix comes out. Did you? I watched The Matrix in the theater. Like, I went to go see it.
Heck yeah.
I think I did too.
The Matrix blew my mind.
It really was one of those movies where I left going, what the hell?
Yeah, dude. It was like
in a good way.
Right.
Oh, me too. And it hit at the perfect time for me, too, because that was kind of where my mind was at. I was starting to explore philosophy and like all sorts of different aspects of that.
I didn't leave it feeling that way. I felt like, oh man, it was a cool shoot 'em up. Remember they did the
special effects.
The special effects with them going backwards and dodging the bullets.
Well, I saw a cool thing.
I didn't understand the philosophical part of it.
I saw a cool thing on socials where, it's such a high tech movie, where they advanced all the special effects and all that. But one of the scenes where Keanu and getting ready to open the door, and you can see his reflection in the little handle there. Mm-hmm. The camera kept getting in a shot, so they just dressed the camera like they matched the clothing and everything of everybody, and they put it on top of the camera, and it was like this super cheap, low budget way to do the special effect and not ruin the shot. It's pretty cool.
No kidding.
Yeah. When it came out, I remember it came out in February. I don't know why I remember.
No, it came out today.
Oh.
Today's the anniversary of it coming out. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Well, either way, I believe like February, March is where it used to be where
production studios sent movies they thought were going to flop because they had anticipated that it wouldn't do well. The studio was like, people aren't going to get this. It's too out there. Keanu had kind of fallen off. This was like his comeback movie.
And he wasn't even supposed to be the guy. Wasn't it supposed to be Will Smith?
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Dang.
I could be just making that up. I don't
could
know.
see that happening too.
That
though.
was, yeah, maybe. Will Smith. I can't imagine him as
Who was supposed to play
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson? All the Smiths? Oh, yeah, Will Smith.
Interesting.
Will Smith was initially offered the role in Neo, but turned it down to star in Wild Wild West.
Oh,
Thank
no.
goodness.
He later admitted that he didn't fully understand the concept of the Matrix at
But
the
he
time.
but he understood Wild Wild West.
And he felt and felt he wasn't mature enough as an actor to take on such a complex role. Get that?
Interesting.
Brad Pitt, another major actor who passed on the role.
Wow.
It had to have been Keanu, though. I mean, he did so well as Neo.
Oh, there's a whole list of people. Brad Pitt explained that he turned it down because he was feeling burnt out at the time. DiCaprio offered the role but declined because he didn't want to star in another special effects heavy film after Titanic. Johnny Depp.
Oh, God.
The Wachowskis, who directed The Matrix, were very interested in Johnny Depp for the role of Neo. In fact, Depp was reportedly their first choice, but the studio pushed for bigger names like Keanu Reeves. Val Kilmer was considered for the movie.
Oh, man. Willow, the Space Edition.
And Nick Cage was also approached for the role of Neo, but declined due to, quote, family obligations.
Oh, God, that would have been awesome.
That, he was
that would have interfered with the production schedule.
He was buying his grave plot down in New Orleans at the time. Couldn't do it.
There is no spoon.
That would have been awesome.
The choices he would have made as Neo would have been interesting.
25 years ago, in the year 2000, the movie High Fidelity comes out with John Cusack as the record store owner, Lisa Bonet as one of his lovers, Jack Black as his annoying employee. 11 years ago in 2014, How I Met Your Mother aired its final episode.
Man, what a great show that I thought would not be for me. And enough suggestions
Great
came my
show.
way, and I tried it, and man, we loved it. What a
Great
good
show.
show.
And 6 years ago in 2019, rapper Nipsey Hussle fatally shot outside his clothing store in South Central Los Angeles. He was 33. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we start with this. The latest band to sell off their music is Twisted Sister. They've sold their remaining rights, including copyrights and trademarks, to Warner Music for an undisclosed sum. Forbes says the decision to cut the deal was driven by several factors, including the aging of the band members, as well as the fact that none of their kids wanted to continue in the Twisted Sister business.
You know, what's crazy is you hear stories of Twisted Sister, like after their height in the 80s. You know, Dee Snider was so broke, he worked as like a telemarketer.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Like he went to work, and this is after.
Whoa.
Well, he sold his rights to what he did with Twisted Sister like a decade ago.
The other guy, JJ French, went on to become a big manager. Found Seven Dust and managed them. And
That's cool. I didn't know that.
yeah, he's got a management company, JJ French. But Dee Snider wound up being like broke
It's wild.
and having to work as a telemarketer.
Yeah. Hey, can I just say this out loud to everyone? We are all closer to poverty than we are to becoming a billionaire. So if
Amen, sister.
If Dee Snider is working at a telemarketer place, just know this is a
You're
man
adding
that,
an extra CH. It's Dee Snider.
Dee Schneider. I say
Dee
Snyder.
Snyder.
Snide.
Fred Schneider.
It's
Fred Schneider. Dee
Dee
Snider.
Let's talk about this name, Dave Mother effing Navarro. Congrats to him. He got married for the 4th time this weekend. His new wife is a fashion designer, Vanessa Dubasso.
That's who she looks like.
Well, she's very cute. She's very blonde. Got a cool look. Like he's all tatted up and dark,
Vanessa,
I was hoping he married a tattoo pen. Just finally did it.
She is a fashion designer. She
Married a tattoo pen?
Yeah.
paints. She paints her own leather works, and so you can buy like an $800 leather jacket that she's doodled on, and he models for all of her clothes that she designs, which is kind of cool.
Vanessa Dubasso.
Dubasso. She's cute.
How old is she?
She is in her 30s. She's 31.
50s.
Dave's like 59 or something.
Oh, matching jackets.
They got matching jackets
cute.
on.
Is that Howard the Duck in between them?
Yeah, with a Greek fire logo on it.
Possibly. In the picture we're looking at here.
Yo,
So-
Howard.
They got married in Scotland at a Scottish castle, and Navarro said, "We wanted the wedding to feel like a dream. It was important to us to find a place that felt like anywhere we had never been. And so we embraced nature, transported us back to another world, and we wanted our loved ones to share in this very intimate experience."
His book, which I read, it's about, him dealing with his mother was murdered when he was a kid. And he goes and there's a documentary on it, too. He goes and visits the guy who murdered his mom in jail.
Oh, wow.
And it is
Don't try this at home.
fascinating.
Wait, he does this on a regular basis, or he did it for the doc?
He did it for the doc, because it really messed him up. Obviously, his mom was
How
murdered.
did it go?
There was somewhat of a closure thing. And I think his mom was murdered when he was like a little kid.
It's terrible.
Golly.
And it'll make you change the way you think about the guy.
Well, yeah.
Listen, I don't know how much you think about Dave Navarro anyway, but
I like him. I wonder if Perry Farrell was at this wedding.
probably not.
You don't think?
No, I don't think they're on speaking terms.
Do you think they were at the 3 other weddings? Do you think Perry came to those weddings?
Possibly.
Okay.
How about the Peppers?
No. Not a good relationship there either.
The Who's Roger Daltrey revealed that he is going blind. He said this during his latest performance at London's Royal Albert Hall on Thursday night. He told the audience that his dark-tinted glasses were not just merely a fashion statement. He says, "The joys of getting old mean you go deaf, and I also now have the joy of going blind." And then he made a little, joke about Tommy and says, he's deaf,
as
dumb,
he's
and
still
blind
saying-
boy.
That's sad.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, he's older.
He's in his 80s. Still looks good.
Still looks pretty good.
Roger Daltrey still looks great.
Your weekly Jelly Roll news. He surprised a deserving fan with a free car at a show in Canada last weekend. She used to be homeless and on drugs, and now she works to help people get off the street. So obviously she's turned her life around. Here she is helping somebody, then finding out she's getting free tickets to see Jelly, and then the big surprise for her.
Okay.
Okay? I'm not okay. I need shoes.
Okay, so stay here, okay?
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, of course. Come here.
Thank you. You struggled with homelessness?
Oh, yeah. For 3 years.
I didn't need shoes.
Okay.
I was just trying to find someone who's going to be kind and help me.
Okay.
Before I go, I have one gift for you.
Congratulations, you will not be home tonight because Jelly Roll wanted to personally invite you to a show, VIP tickets.
You're going to the show tonight.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me here.
Zach has gifted me this box for us. We got to open it.
The windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror for a reason because what's in front of you is so much more important than what is behind you. Put on this blindfold.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you. I thought I was gonna die, man. My dad was always so worried that he'd get a phone call that I'd be dead on the street.
It's a great question. It looks like it's a Hyundai, just like a Sonata.
So when I want the red one.
I want a silver.
Hey, can I give you more details on the Navarro mother thing? He was 15. He was 15.
15,
Wow.
I mean, not that there's any a good time to
Right,
lose a
yeah,
parent,
15.
but 15. Oh my goodness! And she was murdered by her ex-boyfriend along with her best friend. He murdered both
So he
women.
knew the guy who murdered her?
Yeah, it was her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend. Murdered her and her best friend and was on the loose for 10 years. This was in 83. In 1991, they did an episode on America's Most Wanted. And then he was caught. He was caught because of that in 1993 and sentenced to 94.
Wow.
How insane.
Is the
that?
documentary called Don't Try This at Home as well?
No, it's called Morning Sun.
Yeah, Morning Sun, yeah.
Mourning.
Very good. Very
I
good.
want to check that out.
Well, and his best friend does the documentary. It's very good.
Bachman Turner Overdrive just released their first song in nearly 25 years. So Randy Bachman is essentially, and it's Bachman, not Bachman, essentially is like the one remaining member of Bachman Turner Overdrive.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
And so
baby.
he got his family members involved. He got his son involved, his daughter involved. Neil Young is involved in this song. And here is new Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Neil Young on guitar?
Neil Young
like
on guitar.
V?
The song also features fellow Canadian Neil Young.
BTO, huh? What are the big BTO
So
hits?
tell your dad.
Ain't seen nothing yet.
That's
Taking
pretty
care
much
of
it.
business.
Taking care of business.
Taking care of business. That song rips. I know it got turned into Pizza Hut commercials later, but like the BTO songs that were big, dude, if they came on, nobody was around, you
I
turn them
kind of
up.
put them in the REO Speedwagon category.
Even below, like one step below REO.
ELO, REM.
BTO, BTO, ELO, REO, anything.
NWA.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the same.
ICP.
You guys watched? No, nobody watched Saturday Night Live because we were at my party. Morgan Wallen did not really enjoy his time at Saturday Night Live, it seemed. He was a musical guest this weekend, and in the promos, he looked, pretty uninterested in what he was doing. Leading up, a lot of fans were saying it was pretty cringe of how he was being perceived in the promos. And then he did a couple of songs, Just in Case, and I'm the Problem. And then, at the end of Saturday Night Live, whenever all the cast, the guests, hosts, all this stuff, they come together, they're hugging.
The final credits.
The final credits. Morgan Wallen just essentially walked off stage after hugging the host, which is Mikey Madison.
What is it with this dude?
I don't know.
He sucks.
That's what I'm asking. Like,
he's the guy that threw the chair off the building.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And allegedly, said the N-word.
Not allegedly, it was on tape.
It was on
a ring camera. That is.
That was broadcast
his neighbor turned him
everywhere.
in.
He's a real.
That is what got him
real
thrown
neat
off
guy.
SNL the first time, and then he gets another chance, and he gets back
No,
on
he
it.
got thrown off SNL because it was during COVID.
He was
they said
partying
the week
with chicks.
prior, please don't expose yourself. And there was a bunch of footage of him making out with chicks at a bar, in Nashville the day before you're supposed to fly to New York.
that's
so they
right.
He's like a little spoiled brat.
I
or
don't
something.
know anything about this dude except for just these stories.
Right, and I'm not saying anything bad because we have some mutual friends, and I don't want to disrespect them, but I haven't seen anything that makes it seem like this guy deserves this many
Is his music
chances,
good?
and
Is
I
his
guess
music
so.
that good?
I mean,
He sells out.
Yeah, I mean,
arenas.
it's like right down where everybody wants it right now. So I get it, and he's selling well, and he's got the full package, except for
It's the same song over and over, which is funny. There's a very funny TikTok about it, about somebody pretending to be Morgan Wallen, where he's like, she's like a drink. It's like everything's like a pun about a drink. Like, last night it was just the captain and me. And then it was like, we let the liquor talk. And every song is basically him using a metaphor to compare a woman to some sort of mixed drink.
Oh.
And if you really listen, it's true. All his hits, there's some sort of analogy.
it's like him and that Hardy dude and that another kid. They're like.
I mean, he's huge.
I get him intermixed. I'm like, who are you?
I will
Well, no, I
say-
mean the
They're indifferent.
songwriting trio, and they're just it's all. It's what everybody wants right now, and I get it. But there's so many freaking incredibly talented songwriters and people out there that would make better stars. I just don't get.
He posted a thing after, right?
Yeah, he did. So, and to me, he's pandering to his base because, he's in New York City, where all the libs are and it's the Yankees. And it's like, he gets on and he puts a photo of him getting on the plane and says, get me to God's country. Now, a few of the cast members, they were amused by it. Nobody was offended, but it was just kind of odd. Nobody's actually walked off at the end of
It's
the
tradition.
credits,
You
right?
stay and
Yeah, it's like a respect thing.
Well, the tradition is if you are against it and you think these are not your people, then you don't play it.
Right.
Don't get it both ways.
Just
You don't get to
deny it.
use the machine and then bitch about the machine. It's
Especially
just
when you are
so
the biggest
classless.
part of the machine.
Yeah, you are the machine.
Your country, you are what country music radio's churning out right now.
Yeah,
it's not like you bucked the system.
Right, and if you're going to rebel, if you're going to stand for something, then don't do that.
Right.
Was it kind of a punk rock move, you think?
Punk rock is not doing it.
I will say that.
Didn't know.
Didn't know what SNL is?
His sources say that it was an honest mistake and meant nothing by it. So maybe he just really wanted to get home.
Oh.
Maybe he was sick. Maybe he had diarrhea. We don't know.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then just say that. But don't try to weaponize it as,
Get me
as
back
a
to
marketing
God's
piece.
country is like a slap in the face to
that's
New
what he
York.
wrote on his Instagram or
Right.
whatever post. But the manager was like, it was a mistake. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I watched it.
Again, I don't know. I'm not
I thought
talking
you
bad
cared.
about the guy because I don't
I
know
do care.
anything.
He's the biggest thing in country music. I mean, it's.
That's what people are talking about. Fran Drescher is most well known for The Nanny, and she's having the best sex of her life right now. She was recently interviewed talking about she's got a little rotation of friends with benefits, and I just want everybody to know, I mean, Fran's still out there getting it.
Who's this?
Standing up for
rotation.
Fran Drescher is so beautiful.
She is so beautiful.
That voice.
That voice, that laugh.
That's a
Voice
put
that
on.
could sink 1,000 ships.
No, that's a put on.
The Robert Kardashian signed, and
It's not all put on because I've heard her speak in regular.
Yeah, but I think
listen,
it's
for
Pee Wee
the
Herman.
for the nanny, it's emphasized.
Sure.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But that is the way. But that's the way people speak from where she's from.
Yeah, but she doesn't have to do it. She can turn it on.
Oh man,
off.
her closet in The Nanny. If I could just go and just have every outfit that Fran wore Oh, God. It was so great. Like,
Fran
as
Fine?
a woman, Fran Fine, she always looked so cute. Everything had leopard print on it. It was so great.
Here's the thing, Moon. Like, I grew up around people that actually spoke like that, like the nanny speaks.
Right.
I had to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
The big hair.
Yeah. She made it.
Mr. Sheffield.
She made it a caricature, and she led
loved
the
that
she
show.
led the guild in that horrible
Yeah.
quote unquote win.
The Robert Kardashian signed an inscribed Bible, which was gifted to O.J. Simpson as a token of his friendship, that Kim Kardashian wanted to pay $15,000 for. Finally has sold at auction for big bucks. How much do you think this Bible went for?
So the O.J. Simpson Bible that was given to him by Robert Kardashian, sold at auction. What kind of, we talking the King James version?
Yeah, which version?
Sure. Yes. Let's just go with it. Yes.
It depends.
Is that the Old Testament? What is it?
Is it amplified?
$10,000.
$10,000. No, it went for $80,000 at auction.
Oh my goodness!
And they don't know
history.
Who bought it. You know, Kim Kardashian really did want it. I bet she bought it. I bet like
She did want it?
She did want it, yeah. But she wanted to pay $15,000 for it.
What do you mean a piece of history? I mean, where does it end?
I don't know. It's a piece of O.J. Simpson. I mean,
And Robert Kardashian. I mean, that's another big
O.J.
name.
Robert Kardashian. That whole connection. That's a slice of history.
Okay. Did
It's
he
a
read
conversation
it?
piece.
Did he mark upon it? Is there highlighters? Is there other notes, or is it just?
You think OJ was taking a highlighter to the Bible?
I'm asking.
Maybe.
I mean, if it was marked up,
What if it was his prison Bible? That'd be certainly a piece of history.
Okay, I can see that, but it wasn't marketed like that, so I don't think it was.
It's marketed as just the Bible that Robert gave him.
Yes.
Wow.
And the only thing that's in it is a signature from him saying, "Here,
juice.
Try this.
Try this. Go guide with this.
Read
Yeah.
John.
Was there an
3:16,
inscription
buddy.
in it? Is that what it said?
Yeah, it said something about their friendship and just like getting through the trial and just the drama that he was going through.
$80,000, dude.
$80,000.
OJ, we fooled them all. Signed Robert.
Signed Robert. John Lovitz is campaigning for the reboot of his animated show, The Critic.
Oh, I love that show. The
I
Critic.
loved that show too. So The Critic first broadcast on ABC in '94 and finished its original run just a year later on Fox in 1995.
That was great, that show. It stinks.
Yeah, I liked it. Rest in peace to Richard Chamberlain, who was known for several epic 1980s television miniseries. He has passed away. He was 90 years old.
Thornbirds.
The Thornbirds, yes, Shogun. His career took off with his leading role in Dr. Kildare in the 1960s.
Have you guys seen the new Shogun, the remake? Or the
No, but it's great, I hear.
Excellent.
Yeah, it won all those
Excellent.
awards.
Jason Statham's new movie, Working Man, is king at the box office this weekend. The film became North America's #1 movie over the weekend, earning $15.2 million. Disney's Snow
Looks
White.
so good, guys.
Did you see it yet? You haven't.
No, but I
Working
wanted to go
Man.
see it Friday night.
Working Bee.
What does?
I wanted to see the new Statham movie, Working Man.
It's going to be just like every
It's just
other
like
Jason Statham
from
movie.
the
Which are
director of and writer of The Beekeeper.
All right.
Oh, yeah, this looks rad.
It is the same movie except he's a construction
It's
worker.
always the same movie.
I love
It's
it.
always the same
You
movie.
know what I do? What I used to do?
It's the same. It's the same. Movie.
Can I just
And it
admit
looks
something
good.
to you right now? I've only seen Crank. That's the only Jason Statham movie I've ever seen, and that was enough.
And
I
you
don't
know
need
what?
to see
They're
anything
great.
else.
All those movies are excellent.
But they're all the same movie.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It is what it is, and they're great. What did it get on the tomatoes? I bet you a good score.
Working Man.
I bet you a good score.
Okay, let's all take a guess. I'm going to say 59%.
I'm going to say high 80s.
Wow. Okay.
Dang.
I thought my score was going to be
I'm going
pretty
to say
good.
high 80s.
59.
Oh my
I'll go 75 then.
gosh. Guys, Working Man with Jason Statham on Rotten Tomatoes. Currently at, well, it's okay. It says, oh no, I'm sorry. This is the wrong one.
Okay.
It was 93%.
Oh,
but this is
Lord.
a different Working
Okay,
Man.
no, the Working Man with Jason Statham.
Hang on, I got to find the Jason Statham one.
So it was me and the boy on Friday night.
Okay, I got it.
We watched Die Hard 3,
Uh-huh.
which excellent. I forgot how good that movie was from the beginning to end. He never saw it.
No.
He's like, what you want to watch, Dad?
That's with a Vengeance, right?
Yeah, that's Samuel L. Jackson.
That's my favorite one.
So good. When was the last time you watched that movie?
I've never seen that
A
movie.
couple years ago. That's my
Why
favorite
does he
one.
do in that? Is it Christmas again? Is he in the ceiling
No,
again?
this is the one
No,
they're running
it's-
around New York City. They got to solve all the puzzles. Jeremy Irons is Hans
the bad
Gruber's
guy?
brother.
Is
It's
Samuel
the-
L. Jackson a bad guy or a good guy?
Franz
He's a good
Gruber.
guy. It's
Okay,
the
yeah.
Your Fort Knox one. Oh my gosh, so good.
Where they steal the gold.
Add
So-
it to the list.
Working Man, 93%. A Working Man is what it's called. A Working Man. 51% on the tomato meter.
Jason Statham's.
Jason
Hey,
Statham's.
working man.
51. 89 on the popcorn
A lot
meter.
of the reviews that were bad said thought there'd be more bees.
No, wrong movie.
Okay, let's go around the horn here. What is a TV house that you would want to live in?
Ooh.
Oh, that's.
Because there's a
I
list.
know. The cliche answer is the Silver Spoon's house.
Yeah.
It had a train on it. Yeah, but that's good.
It's a big house.
The Addams Family one.
The Hatch in Lost. I'm going to live in the...
Webster's house was dope because it had the little grandfather clock. There was a secret door. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
The Webster house, it was like a grandfather
right.
clock that opened, and there was like a ladder he went down, like, and it was kind of like,
Yeah, it was cool.
was jealous of that.
Okay,
Who's got a
none of
nice-
the
who's got a
houses
nice
that you're
condo?
listing are on
I
here.
would say the Hatch in Lost. You're underground. You live in Hawaii. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty safe.
Lean-tos are not on this list. I just want you to know. There's a list
Can
of
I
homes
ask-
that America wants to live in.
Are these extravagant or are these?
Yeah, these are
non-
nice houses. These are just cool houses that we've watched on TV that people.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes, that is number 2 on this
Everything
list.
from the HBO show, The Rich People.
Yeah, the one in England.
Oh, yeah. It's just wealth porn. Succession?
Succession.
Oh.
Succession. No.
Is
Well-
Lincoln Lawyer on there? Because his house is
Yes,
awesome.
number 19.
What the heck is that?
What about the Brady Bunch house?
The Brady Bunch house is on here
That's
as
weird.
well.
Nobody
wouldn't
wants
wanna
that.
live
That's
Nobody
number
wants
6.
that.
People just want to be.
like that
They like
house.
mid-century modern. Well, the number, like the top 5. So the Bridgerton Mansion in London from
Yeah, that's-
Bridgerton.
Oh, Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
You want to live in a castle?
The Red
Yes.
Keep.
Are you kidding? Have you seen Downton Abbey? Have you seen that?
No, I don't listen to hip hop.
Good
Roseanne.
gosh.
Monica's Purple Apartment from Friends.
Downton Abbey's not on this?
No.
Well, then these people don't watch TV.
The Golden Girls at Blanche's Miami home.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice place.
Yeah, that's where you're going to be.
Yeah, I will live in that house.
The Banks Mansion in Bel Air from Fresh Prince of Bel Air. But the number 1 house where just majority of Americans want to live is Full House's house, the Tanner residence in San
No.
Francisco.
It's nostalgia.
Kind of interesting.
No, that'd be fun though.
But that wasn't the list that I wanted to really touch on
No.
today. So Uproxx put together a list of videos from this century, music videos that changed the game. It's kind of an interesting list because there's a couple that I can't see in my brain and there's some that I can.
This
So
is
like,
going to be Smells Like Teen Spirit.
no, this century.
Oh, this
2000 and on.
Okay.
Yeah, that changed the game.
2000 and on. Okay.
Like, think about when you were watching MTV in the 2000s, the music videos that stood out to you.
Freak on a Leash.
No, not on this list.
That-
but that
may
is
have
a
been-
great
That
one.
may have been 1999. Videos.
Like music videos.
I'm trying to think. I haven't seen a music video in such a long time. I'm trying to take myself back 25
Well, and
years.
you're probably working at MTV around this, or near MTV around this time.
I'm trying to think. Why don't you give me one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, and this isn't in any particular order. So Stan from Eminem.
Okay.
Remember that music video
that
with the
was
star Devin Sawa was in
Devin
it?
Sawa, that's right.
Okay, we've all seen this music video and probably loved it. Fatboy Slim's Weapon of Choice.
yes,
Christopher
I
Walken.
remember the name of the song.
Yeah.
The Christopher Walken one.
Where he's dancing all
one.
crazy.
That's a great video.
Remember when Gorillaz put out Clint Eastwood
Yep,
and it was
with
the cartoons?
Yeah,
Fell in Love with the Girl from the White Stripes.
that was a Lego one.
That was excellent. Work It with Missy Elliott was pretty cool.
Yeah.
With the dancer, I think that's what one with the kid
That was in the
dancers. in it.
2000s.
What's the one with Chris Martin walking backwards? Clocks.
Yeah,
Not on this list.
Clocks play.
Yep.
Outkast's Hey Ya.
Yes.
That was cute with the Polaroid pictures. Beyonce's Single Ladies, black and white with her just dancing very singularly. Lady Gaga's Bad Romance, it's a Lady Gaga music
Wait,
video.
wasn't that Single Ladies one the one that Kanye was like, best video of all time? Of all time. Remember he took
that's
that,
what that-
that's
that's
he
one
took
he
the mic from
interrupted.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift for that one.
For the album though, right? Or was it the music video?
I thought it was a music video. I thought she won video of the year, and he stepped up, took the mic, and said, "Beyonce made the best video of all time, of all time,"
Of all
and kept
time.
screaming "of all time."
He looked insane.
I'm sorry, Taylor.
This is America, Childish Gambino, which is an excellent music video. And then finally on this list, Kendrick, and I haven't seen this one, Kendrick Lamar's Squabble Up. So those were the top 10 music videos of the new century that have really made things excellent.
Yes, the incident. Taylor Swift won the award for Best Female Video for her song "You Belong with Me." You know that one. Go ahead, sing a couple.
You belong with me.
This marked a significant moment in Taylor Swift's career because that was her first VMA win.
Oh man.
During her acceptance speech, Kanye West interrupted her on stage, grabbed the microphone, and said, "Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time!" Kanye was referring to Beyonce's video for Single Ladies, which many believed would have won the award. Beyonce appeared visibly uncomfortable in the audience while the crowd booed.
I remember the look on her face during that. She just was like breathing hard, like, I can't believe what he's doing. So embarrassing.
Didn't Obama call Kanye a jackass after that?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, that's your crap on celebrities. Thank you so much.
Here's a celebrity celebrating a birthday on this fine day, Sawyer Fredericks. He won the 8th season of The Voice at age 16. I don't know who that is, 26. Jessica Szor is chief of security on the Orville and also on Gossip Girl. She's 40. Jack Antonoff from Bleachers and Fun is 41. Ryan Bingham picked up his Best Original Song Oscar for the theme to Crazy Heart.
Great song, great album.
He's 44. Ewan McGregor is 54. Angus Young, the only original member of AC/DC left, is 70. Al Gore is 77. Rhea Perlman is 77. Gabe Kaplan, that's Mr. Cotter,
Mr. Cotter.
on Welcome Back, Kotter.
Excellent poker player, too.
He won over $1 million just playing poker. He's 80. Christopher Walken is 82 today. And William Daniels, old Bill Dan.
Mr. Feeney?
Mr. Feeney on Boy Meets World is still kicking. He was the voice of Kit on Knight Rider, by the way, the original Knight Rider. And Dustin Hoffman's dad in The Graduate.
Man, he has got to be 99.
It's pretty close. Bill Dan, congratulations. He's 98 years old.
All right.
Nice.
Today's porno birthday, which being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Brittany O'Neill. And today's birthday girl has been in 122 fun films, including Ass Masters 4, Big Knockers 15, 16, 19, and 20. She was in Scott's favorite, The Burbank Sperm Bank.
It's a crazy cool film.
Grand Theft Orgy 2, Harlots from Hooterville, The Melon Man 4 and 7, Two Lays in the Valley, What About, not Bob, but What About Boob, and who can forget a role in 1995's Moon's favorite, The Duke of Knockers 2.
Do you think Bill Merkin was in
Duke
What
of
About
Knockers. Duke of
Brittany O'Neill is 54 years old. It's your porno birthday. Those are crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, quick break. We'll come back with sex dumb fun facts. We'll talk about hot wifing. That's right, hot wifing. Paying for a date with gift cards. Were you ever a matchmaker? And scientists attempt to answer the age-old question of why men love boobs.
Interesting.
It's science, guys.
Can't wait for this.
Yep. It is straight up 8 o'clock Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your point forecast, mostly sunny, high at 56. Right now it's 41 at the Point Studio.
All right, so where it's, I actually made up a word this morning, and I'm so happy about this. Now, the last year and a half of all of our lives, the word synergy has been like kind of a gigantic joke. Like, there's all this stuff happening all over. You're just trying to make it work for the day.
Yeah.
But it seems like, Amy Lee, front woman of Evanescence, that you have a very synergistic year ahead of you. The album is out now. The single doing great. The big tour with Hailstorm later this year. This feels like synergy to me, and I bet you for you, it's finally like, huh, great, we're finally here.
Yeah, it feels really good. You know, part of last year and this time, something that's felt really good is
Let's talk about Stewart's American Mortgage. Stewie is a cool dude, man. He came in, I talked to him, very laid-back guy. But, man, he really cares about his customers. You can call or text him on his own personal cell phone, 314-324-4440. You'll be talking to Stewie. That's his personal line. If you text him right now, his phone's going off in his pocket. That's how committed he is to educating people about the bagel loan. What is the bagel loan, you may ask? Well, I'm about to tell you. The bagel loan is Stewie's signature loan that covers the typical costs that are associated with closing your loan. Stewie covers costs on loans, refis, and purchases starting at $200,000 that include, but not limited to, 0 underwriting fees, no appraisal fees, no title fees, no lender fees, no closing costs. Plus, he puts the power of the pre-approval letter in your hands, which is extremely important if you get into a bidding war for the house of your dreams. He helps lower your down payment costs. Less fees means more money to invest in your new home. And Stewie can get you closed in 10 to 15 days, which is lightning quick in this market. He makes owning your first home an actual attainable goal. Your home's your biggest investment you make in your life. At least take the time to talk to Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage. You can't beat his loan offers. So call or text him on his cell phone at 314-324-4440 or Google the bagel loan or Google the donut loan. You'll find the bagel loan anyway. NMLS number 226715.
Oh, hey, how's it going, man? Hey, good to see you, Have a seat, man. Just wanted to have a chat with you, King Scott's Virginity, just to talk with you real fast and just to say, first of all, thank you for everything that you've done for King Scott and for his lovely fiance. And I also wanted to say that you've been such a big part of our lives, whether it's the show or just in our personal lives. And relationships end, and it's time for you to go. And I didn't want you to be shocked, to be surprised or anything, so I wanted to give you an idea of what's going to be happening on the wedding night, what's to come, so to speak. So when two people are in love, they get married, and then after they get married, they normally go away somewhere, someplace beautiful, and then they get, you know what I mean? Like, they will go behind doors. I recommend going behind doors, and then you that so that bitch can't get out. You show her God. You know what I'm saying? This is how you show her. And so strong because she ain't never seen it before. And you drill. Okay, you know how when man first landed on the moon? That's what we're gonna do. She is your moon, and you are gonna take your flag, and you are gonna. No, it's gonna be fine. They're in love. If they got married, seriously, it's gonna be okay.
Go 314-843-8000, southcountyurological.com. Dr. Watma says their busiest time of year is March. It's all about March Madness, and it's all about, the fellas after their vasectomies spending the weekend watching sports, watching college basketball, kicking the feet up. So you get your vasectomy done on Fridays at South County Urological. You relax over the weekend. No heavy lifting, no yard work, no doing anything. Just ice yourself down, and then you're back to work on Monday. It's a very quick procedure there, vasectomy over there, the no-scalpel vasectomy. My insurance covered the entire thing. How painful is recovery? Minor swelling, maybe discomfort for about a week. Complications, incidence very low. Will my sex life be affected is the big question guys have. No change in interest level or anything. Just no more kids. Excellent. I had mine done almost 15 years ago. South County Urological, 314-843-8000, southcountyurological.com.
So let's start off with an easy one.
Okay.
You have this incredible career with Everclear.
Right.
Made all of these records. You've had, I would think, multiple opportunities to do like a solo record, but you're going to put out a solo record for seemingly the first time in your career.
For not seemingly the first time.
The first time in your career. Why now?
Well, I mean, you know as well as I do that Everclear has been my baby from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's my thing. So as far as doing a rock band situation, I never felt really a need to do a solo record. I tried to do one once, and it turned into an Everclear record. And I wanted this to be different. I wanted this to be just me playing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mostly acoustic guitar, acoustic bass, some keyboards, some drums, not drums on every song. I sing all the vocals. I play all the instruments. Co-produced it with a friend of mine who's a great engineer, producer. And, yeah, it's very raw. It sounds like... It sounds like an Everclear meets Cat Stevens meets Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young,
Oh, wow.
but with some Elvis Costello in there.
All right, I like it. I look forward to that. One of the reasons that I've always liked you and liked your band is because there was always this sort of punk sensibility on those and not only a punk sensibility in the music, but you as well sort of have a little bit of that punk rock swagger.
Absolutely, I've always had that. I've always seen myself in the punk rock aesthetic.
Well, but you're
You know
buddies
what I
with
mean?
like Jim Lindbergh from Pennywise and those guys, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't mean to name drop.
No. We're all suburban dads,
Right.
that live in Southern California that all grew up with a lot of the same music. They went a lot more punk rock than I did. I'm older than those guys, so I there's more of a sense of melody to it as far as I'm concerned. But I mean, underlying, I've always looked at Everclear as a punk/hard rock band with a singer-songwriter. That's what we are.
Well, absolutely.
And it's not, it's not reinventing the wheel, but it's unique in its own right. And that's what we are.
Yeah, agreed. There are some artists that we have that will play our way back show and will not want us to use the phrase way back when we're kind of speaking of them. You, on the other hand, you do the Summerland Festival. You embrace that.
Why not?
Yeah, that's kind of more my question for you. You know what I mean? Like, why do you think some other artists have like a hard time? Like, just people like it. No, they're coming out to see you no matter what it's called.
A lot of people, especially people who feel a little insecure about where they are in the world, in my experience, seem to think that if they embrace any kind of, what's the word you want to use?
How are you, everybody? Donnie Fandango, and I am very lucky, and I know I'm nervous because my hands are sweating like crazy. I got Pete and Sam from Chevelle. Gentlemen, welcome back. It's really great to see you.
Hey, it's good to be seen. Good to be here, Donnie.
Well, and it feels like there was a number of years where we were running into each other a couple of times a year, but now it's been, I would say, probably 3 years, and it feels like forever, but you're back with great new music, guys. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, it does feel like forever.
So let me ask you this. The break.
Episodes 6, 7, and 8 of the Riz Olympics out now on the Points YouTube page. The thrilling conclusion of the Riz Olympics presented by DraftKings. Watch it. We'll discuss maybe Wednesday. Final thoughts.
All right.
And
we laughed, we cried.
We did. And two of us will be...
And we're definitive losers.
Two of us will be in a car for track 270, so... Watch it where you, wherever you are on the Points YouTube page. The Riz Olympics, episodes 6, 7, 8.
I think these last 3 episodes are actually my favorite that we did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
As far as the events go?
As far as the events go and just the reaction to what happened. That's all.
Yeah, a bit of controversy for one. So
yeah.
Make sure you check it out. All right, let's do this. Sponsored by
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
So even celebrities sometimes turn to friends to set them up. So do you know that Ciara and Russell Wilson, who's now the New York Giants quarterback, set up a newly engaged couple? I guess one of his teammates, DJ Metcalf, and somebody else. Did you know that Brenda Song met Macaulay Culkin in 2014 through Seth Green?
That's fun.
I had no idea. But have you ever played matchmaker to somebody?
Yeah.
And has it worked out?
Yeah.
Oh, it's worked out. Like, and actually, I don't think I ever have.
One of my college buddies, I introduced him to one of my dear friends, and they live together now and have mini cats. Yeah. And they're a great couple.
I did. I tried to once, and then it turned out one of them was kind of stalking the other. So,
no.
Oh, thanks for introducing me to my stalker. Awesome.
Yeah, it was, whoops.
Yeah, you'll be driving me down to the courthouse to get my restraining order.
Yeah, that was a whoops.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played matchmaker with somebody.
Why not? Just you have to feel it, you know? You have to go like, hey, these two would actually vibe together really well.
That's never where my mind goes. My mind never goes to, oh, this person would be great for that person. Or it does, and I just never do anything about it.
That could probably be the real reason.
Or it doesn't, I don't care.
No, and I think maybe in the back of my head, I'm like, I just don't want to get involved.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they'd be great together. Maybe the happiest they've ever been. Real shame nobody's around to hook them up.
Hopefully somebody steps in.
I also don't want to get blamed if it goes sideways.
And I get that.
Yeah.
But you also just can't worry about that. You just got to, it's not on you.
That's why I just don't worry about it.
But then here's
That's
the deal.
why I don't do it.
You run the risk if it doesn't work out. Now it's now you have two different types of pods of friends. They can never be in the same place together because it's awkward. Or if it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have happened at my party this weekend. Like I invited some exes to come.
You invited ex-boyfriends to your party?
No, not my exes. Like people that were exes of each other.
Oh, okay.
And I'll tell you what, there were two people that were married, and now they're remarried to two different people, and the two couples converged on Saturday. We're having drinks together, living it up, taking photos together, and it worked out. It was great.
Fine. Was there a chance of things going sideways with two exes in the room?
No, I mean, no.
In the back of your head was like, any thought of it?
They're good people. I mean, but I didn't want them to feel awkward.
Right.
You know.
I'm sure you played a matchmaker.
Yeah.
Sounds like something you would do.
I got some friends getting ready to get married. Blake and Crystal, congrats.
And you set them up?
Sort of. I was the common thread. So, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't specifically call them and be like, you two are going on a date. Just trust me. But I introduced them, and, you know, they both came to a show. I knew them from different walks of life. They came to a show. I introduced them.
Okay.
They hit it off, and they came to a show recently and said, hey, man, you're the reason we're, like, us coming to your show is how we met. And
I
he
almost
just
don't want
popped
to
the question.
It almost seems like a meddling.
I think there's a certain degree. You can be like you can be the touchstone. You know, if you're like, hey, I want to introduce you to my friend, and then let it go where it goes. You don't have to say specifically like. Sometimes you could just be Cupid and guide them in the right direction, and then if they hit it off on their own, and then you don't get blamed for it.
There you go.
Right.
That's the move.
When I think of matchmaking, I think like, oh, Lern. My buddy Tim would be great for you. Scott, have you matchmade? Matchmade?
Kind of, not really, I guess. The closest would have been a buddy of mine. I knew his former wife before they met each other. And so I encouraged him. I'm like, hey, this would be awesome. Because he asked me about it. And I'm like, dude, she's incredible. So they got married, they had a kid, and now they're divorced. I don't know.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Anybody ever go to a matchmaker business or agency?
Oh, like
or you know of anybody?
matchmaker?
Do you know of anybody that's gone to one of those?
Hell no. Those are like for fancy people that I don't hang with, you know?
Yeah, now you got the apps.
I take it back.
Oh.
Before the apps, this is like, must have been 2001, maybe 2001. Okay, so that era, right? So put yourself back there. I had a coworker, and I guess you could call this a matchmaking system. He called some company that put him in touch, and he brought over a mail order bride.
Whoa. From where?
Philippines.
Whoa.
And she worked with us. He got her a job.
Still successful marriage? Everything going good?
Oh, no. Oh, no. This was a total disaster.
You don't say, huh?
This woman, dude, first day of work.
Getting a
Comes
mail
in,
order
like,
bride.
Oh, so and so's wife is here,
Didn't
man.
work out.
She's over here working in this department. Like, oh, cool. Well, let's go catch a glimpse. And you go meet her, and this woman, you instantly was like, hated her life, hated him, hated us, hated working here.
So did she do it just, I guess, to get in the country?
She came over to get the country. She got the baby.
Got the baby,
and I think it was
I'm
I think it was a couple years later, and they were done. And dude, I mean, it was a no way.
Oddly enough, that's not a good foundation for marriage.
Dude, we watched it play out. We would see them come in the car together, and then she would get out, slam the door, and get as far away from him as possible.
Oh, really?
Oh gosh, immediately.
Oh, that's sweet.
Every day we watched it play out.
It does happen sometimes, man. I had a friend that worked for Disney Cruise Lines. Great dude. Married a one of the hottest people I've ever seen in person, Chilean gal. They were married for 7 years, and on that 8th year, her mom and her cousin came to visit, and they said, we're out to dinner, and he was paying, and she's like, you care if I dance with my cousin? I said, yeah, go ahead. There's a guy, and he's like, they're dancing really close.
Wasn't her cousin, huh?
No, boyfriend she'd had the whole time. And they just started making out on the dance floor, in front of him, and I think it turned into a very quick divorce. It was a bad situation, and I felt for him, man, and because that was a long journey. That happens sometimes.
But some people are getting out of horrific situations, and this is all that they can do is take some phone call, a husband.
There wasn't that kind of situation. He met her and they dated and everything, but still, yes, same premise basically.
They come in a box,
like a Barbie,
it's got it's got one of those wooden boxes that's got the straw in it.
like a vampire. Like when you order a vampire from Transylvania and it gets shipped to your house.
You ever unmatch make anybody?
It was a mail order bride, and this was before the apps and all that kind of stuff. And it was the in between of the new world and the old world. It was like the last flash of the old world, because I'm pretty sure they only saw pictures. He only saw pictures, and then got her over here and was married in a few.
Did she look anything like the pictures?
Man, I don't know. I don't know what the pictures look like. I'm not gonna say what she looked like in real life.
Oh, I would love to know what the pictures versus the real person.
Yeah,
what that look like.
I never saw the pictures. We're just like, what? Say what happened? You getting married on Friday? To who?
And how long between her coming here?
Yeah, I can't pronounce her name.
Her coming here and the wedding.
Show up and find out.
What?
How long between her coming here and the wedding?
I think it was a week.
Whoa!
I think it was that week. She got here, started work, and they got married on Friday.
Really?
I think so.
And they did have sex. So they had a kid.
They had a kid. She was pregnant.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. Golly.
So you unmatched
I'd like
somebody?
to check in on that.
I'm just curious if you've unmatched anyone.
I've
you
wanted
don't match make, but do you meddle the other way, where you're like, hey, man.
I've encouraged.
She ain't the one, or he ain't the one.
I've done that to some best friends.
I've encouraged.
Because that you can get in trouble for that one, too.
Yeah, I take the risk. It's worth it. You do the right thing.
Well,
because if the friendship's made to last, they'll come back. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes these matches work. Sometimes they don't. All right, let's talk about this new. I don't know if you'd call it a trend.
Oh, it's not new.
It is whatever this is. Whatever this is
trend.
Is raising some eyebrows. And I want to talk when I talk about hot wifing. There's another term that's close but not the same.
Correct.
And I looked that up too. Like, what are the differences between these two things?
Distinct difference.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, and Rafe, you know the answer. I'm going to go to Scott.
Yeah.
Scott, when I say this new trend, hot wifing, is gaining popularity, which I don't believe, but this article says it is, what do you think hot wifing is?
Oh, boy. I guess maybe encouraging your spouse to get a makeover.
Okay.
Like a glam up?
Yeah.
Hey,
glam
baby,
up.
you could be so good looking.
Yeah.
You're close.
What if it's like
And it's not lighting your wife on fire.
Oh, good. Yeah, let's not
that'd be
start that
bad,
trend. Okay, hot wifing. It's when you are parading your wife around and she's super hot and people are like, wow, how did you snag her?
That's a good guess.
Oh.
Good guess.
Something to do with.
I mean, you're maybe in the vicinity.
something to do with a trophy wife.
No. Rafe, explain what you want to take a guess. You want to take a
That's what I said.
trophy wife?
I mean, yeah, but
Oh, you marry like the most attractive? No.
well, I mean, so I just watched White Lotus.
If I smashed all of your ideas together
Okay.
and we added a little bit of spice,
Yeah, Rafe,
we get to hot wifing.
tell me what hot wifing is.
Hot wifing is the act of consensual loaning out of the wife for
Right.
sexual acts
Oh.
at the pleasure of both parties, the wife and the husband. Not to be confused with cucking.
Don't tell the difference yet, because I'm gonna get into that.
Okay.
Oh my gosh!
It is
Straight
when
out of the White
and
Lotus episode.
sometimes it's husband in the room. Sometimes it's turn the phone on and let me listen. Sometimes it's tape it and let me watch it. And sometimes it's just come home and tell
Right.
me about
It's basically when husbands watch their wives sleep with other men, and believe it or not, couples are swearing it's bringing them closer together.
Horse crap. It's a weird name, by the way.
Hot wife.
I mean,
And there is a difference between. You're like, well, that's a cuckold.
Yes.
No, that's different. And now we'll explain that.
Tell
in
us
just
the
a little-
difference.
I will in just a second.
Cuckold is for everyone.
Well,
No,
Oh. Not just the hot
It's
people.
for everyone.
how is it different? You just described.
no,
it's different.
no, it's different. I will tell you in a second. But we'll talk. Let's focus on hot wifing right now.
Fine.
So in this article I read, one husband, Logan.
Any other name, please. God.
Logan. Logan seems like a guy that would hot wife.
Oh yeah, because he's got the word log in his name.
Logan explained in the most unique way possible. He said it's kind of like letting your friend test drive your car. He gets to see how well it rides, but he's going to have to give it back. And honestly, it creates a sense of pride.
What?
Because I like to equate my wife to a Toyota Highlander.
Yeah, maybe they shouldn't have made Logan the spokesman for this, but that's fine.
His wife, Sienna, fully on board.
Oh, an actual Toyota product, by the
yes,
way.
a minivan. She's been doing this for a couple of years now and says, quote, it's going to be so cool for him to see me with two hot guys just living my best life. And here's the kicker. She says it's actually strengthened their relationship. But they're not alone. Another couple, Alex and Rebecca, just started dipping their toes into the hot wife lifestyle. Alex admits he wasn't into anything kinky before meeting Rebecca, but now he's all in. Watching her with other men has brought a, quote, whole new level of comfort and security to their marriage. Rebecca says there's nothing like sharing that experience with someone you love. Sex and love are two completely different things. And then there's Richard. Richard, who's taking things to a whole new level. He's looking forward to seeing his wife, Danielle, quote, defiled in a way I've never defiled her before. This all seems very healthy, by the way. Oh, and she's planning to wear her wedding dress for the occasion.
Oh, wow.
Richard says there's just something about seeing her in that pristine dress absolutely destroyed. It's a building block of love and trust. Well,
Is it?
all right then.
This is just another
there's-
subgenre of the open relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially all this is, right? I mean, this is what people are doing. I don't know about
Is
the
it?
actually,
No.
like the man, like the husband in the room as much, but I feel like this is just an open relationship, right? So
It is a spin-off.
It's a
like
spin-off.
Frasier. If Cheers is the open relationship, this is Frasier.
yeah,
Even former Colorado Sheriff's Deputy Shannon Laughlin. She's in on the action. She's now an adult film star and recently had her husband record her with another porn star. Shannon says, quote, I could feel my husband's unconditional love and support. It made our bond even stronger. And in the end, these couples say it's all about trust and honesty and keeping their connection alive, even if it's in a way most people might not expect. Hot wifing might not be everyone's cup of tea, but hey, for these couples, sharing is caring. I want to do a Where Are They Now hot wifing article, and let's see if this is still going on in a couple of years. I want to see if these couples have built their foundation of marriage.
it's a
Yeah.
one-sided experience then of an open relationship because the man isn't
That's what this
necessarily
seems like. It's not hot husbanding.
right.
There is a version of that. There's the flip. There's women who like to watch their husband.
Well, I have
like
yet to
plow
see
their
that.
friends.
I have yet to see that term.
Well,
It's
I would
out
love
there.
to see. I would love to see the percentage.
Yeah, I
Right.
think this is divorce attorney.
I think it's just
creation.
an easier sell the other way. I think it's easier to find your friend. I think it's easier to get your friend to bang your wife than it is to get your friend to bang your husband.
I think it's easier to find a
Just
husband.
because men are like, what do I get to? Whoa.
I think
What's
it's
that? Have sex? Go home?
Okay.
I think it's easier to find a husband that's willing to go along with this crap.
That's possible.
Until it don't work.
Well, Matt on the instant feedback says these are just weak men just trying to keep their wives.
Nah. Maybe. I think that men are highly insecure about that stuff, but I don't know. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they do it in a heartbeat.
What guy
No.
is going to allow this?
It's the same
Not a
reason.
man.
If you tell a guy you want to do a three-way, and he's like, hell yeah, it's like it's 2 chicks. Heck yeah. Switch it to 2 dudes, and they're out immediately.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Tapping out.
It's just kind of the male fragility.
You think
Just
it's
the way
male-
we're built.
You think it's male fragility? That's
I
not-
think male fragility is why
men
Why
can
this isn't
men
happening
would,
more?
men would be
My wife?
happy to do a three-way with 2 women, but the minute you put 2 men on the table,
Yeah, but what's that have to do with this?
it's kind of the same premise, right? You're adding a wiener to your relationship. It's not the other way around.
Yeah, but you're not participating.
Right.
But
You're watching.
But they like that. A lot of them are participating. They're just not touching.
I'm not saying that there's not people out there that.
And they also, a lot of them go after.
I'm not saying there's
Oh,
not people that aren't out there that like this exact thing.
What kind of dude is this? Like,
I
what
don't
kind of
know,
guy
man.
is okay with this?
Well, and I'm surprised that it is the way that it is, that it isn't hot husbanding, because you would think it would have been the flip where, but I don't think too many women want to watch that. I think that, yeah, women don't mind going out and having their fun and doing hot wifing, but like if your man, okay, go out and do my friend, the woman's I don't think we want to watch that as much as a guy would maybe want to watch that. Generalization, but I feel like, but men want to go out and have sex, so you think that that'd be happening more frequently, but there wouldn't be the woman watching.
I think it's like
component.
I think it's a little weird to bring security in as if a husband that's not okay with this is insecure.
You're adding that on. I didn't add that on. You're
What's
adding that on. to what
Okay,
I
I'm
said.
sorry. I thought that's what you said.
Yeah, I
it
thought
sounded,
that
sounded like that's where you're going.
I'm not saying that just because you're
Not allowing other men to bang my wife.
Yes,
I'm
a
insecure.
confident man wouldn't allow this to happen.
I can be sex positive and not want those aspects of sex positivity in my personal relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying
Yeah,
that.
it's the way you
You could
toned
support it.
sounded like that.
No, I just think that, like, if the dude's not, because if we get to this, can I say the difference? Or do you want to hold off?
Not yet.
Okay. I think that if you're like, hey, look, I'm not saying, I'm trying not to yuck other people's yum here, but it's also like, what's the difference between that and open, if you're polyamorous and you're like, oh, I'm going here and I'm going there, and we come home and talk to each other about it. I'm sure there's a little bit of that going on. Like, it's a turn on of like, ooh. I think it's like, not an objectification of your wife, but like being like, my partner's hot and it's hot to watch her get pleasure. And I think you have to be deeply secure to be able to even do that.
All right, I have a dear friend who is a psychologist.
Oh, good.
Who's weighing in. She says, these guys all have serious mommy issues.
Oh,
There's
really?
a deep-rooted feeling of inadequacy and a sense of feeling hidden and submissive. For the girl, she feels wanted and desired, probably had a totally absent father or never, quote-unquote, saw her. So this is a really fulfilling need for both of the people in the relationship.
Interesting.
That sounds like a giant generalization on both sides. Who's this person?
A dear friend.
But equally generalizing security on these fellers.
And also not knowing
Not general.
everybody-
I'm not saying there aren't
and not
both.
knowing on an individual basis what
Right.
it is. We're speaking in generalizations.
100%.
But don't you feel like in the sex realm, like there's different, we all exist in different realms, right? We have like our work realm and our personal life realm and our husband and wife realm. The sex realm that you go in, everybody has their own kink or fetish. So when you're in that realm,
Yeah.
I don't know, you do have to be secure to be in there, and you have to
trust.
be okay. But then there also can be all these psychological issues that do go into it. I think both things can be very true. So as much as, yes, maybe there's some daddy and mommy issues going on, but also in that headspace, it's not who you are necessarily in the streets. You're not exuding this sort of openness just with everything. It's just in your fetish and your kink.
She says, yes, it is generalizing.
Yeah, I worry the people that think like if you're opposed to something or a little bit hesitant to thing, being called closed-minded or insecure, where I think the general approach to this.
I don't know. What the hell's wrong with you if you're doing this?
That's what I'm saying. I think the general approach is,
hey,
hey, yeah, of course, it's a spectrum and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But There's a lot of things I can do that make me feel good.
If
But
you
cigarette
if you came
smoking
in-
is unhealthy.
If you came in the next day and say, "Well, Tim and I have been hot wifing," I go, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
I'm just saying, like,
And then I would reply, we've been doing this because we just want to spice things up.
All right.
You know?
Right,
and that's okay if it's not for everyone.
yeah,
Because that's a
not
fetish.
for me.
That's a kink.
Guys can be bi too. There's a lot of that, you know.
All right, let's talk about the difference between hot wifing and cuckolding.
Yeah.
Because to me at first, I was like, "Isn't this cuckolding?" No, it's not. It's not. It's different.
Much different. I would say your friend is more onto something with cuckolding than hot wifing.
Okay, so can you tell me the difference? What do you think it is? It both involves they both involve you watching your partner with somebody else.
Right.
Hot wifing, the husband is actively supportive of his wife sleeping with other men, and it's often seen as a shared experience and enhances their relationship. The husband usually feels pride and excitement or arousal from the situation, and there's no aspect of humiliation involved.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of praise, in fact.
Cuckolding often involves an element of humiliation or submission. The husband may enjoy being, quote, left out, being teased, or feeling a sense of inferiority while his wife was with another man. It's more about a power dynamic thing and the psychological aspect of it, which can sometimes include feelings of jealousy that are intentionally part of the excitement.
Yeah, I'm just all about finding
True
out
that.
why you're interested in things, and is it unhealthy or is it healthy, and what is it inside of you that maybe you could work on rather than doing it all out
It sounds
here.
like deep insecurities.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying instead of doing something out here, you know, your friend the psychologist said it was an inadequacy feeling. Well, let's work on that here first before we.
But what if their
play into
inadequacy is the sex that they're having, and they're going, all right, we've been married for a million years. It's just we want to try something new.
There you go.
And that's the inadequacy, is literally their sex realm. That is not, everything else is going great in the marriage, but this one thing is not going great.
Well, that's
and so
what-
this is what we're both into, and we're just going to do it.
Marriage takes work, right? So every angle of it does. So you got to work at that too.
Well, for sure.
And
But if
get-
everything is great,
Well, obviously it's not.
But you just said that
obviously
it's not. There's
Yeah.
an inadequacy there.
but it's
not a
just the
one-size-fits-all.
sexual inadequacy. It's not the, we love each other, we're having a good time when we go out, but our sex life is just not the same as it once was. Because that is the thing. Like, you talk to older people that have been, all these people that I've known that have gotten married and they've been married for a million years. It's like, how do you stay together? Like, what are the things that you work on that like make it strong? A lot of people say it's communication and finding humor in everything.
Hot wifing.
And then some people are going to say hot wife.
A shared interest in hot wifing.
Hey, what better communication is there?
It's
And
not for
honey,
everybody.
I've got some plans tonight for you. Stop by
Yep.
Victoria's Secret.
All these people in this article, let's where are they now in 5 years? Let's see how these
Sure.
relationships are going.
It's
I bet
wildly,
you they're not going to be going well.
It is wildly different though. Like the cuckolding thing is like the guy wants to like get his junk stepped on and be told he's like a piece of crap, and then he's like he's doing me so much better than you, and like there's like a big humiliation factor. Whereas the hot wifing part is like, it's a lot of praise both ways. Like, thank you so much. You're the best husband in the world. And the guys like, it's very positive as opposed to negative.
I was sitting at my desk,
which is interesting to
over
me.
the weekend, research and stuff. And I'm like, I said out loud, what the hell's wrong with people?
Yeah. It's just an interesting, like.
Am I the crazy one here? I don't know.
Oh, no.
I find
Am I
that
a
line
little
in
too
the sand
vanilla?
interesting.
Am I too vanilla?
Trust, I would
you
not
guys
be
are
into
square.
this at all. Like, I don't want to be consensually pimped out. I just,
You don't want your husband to compare you to a car
and then tell me I can do
and
his
have
friend
a friend,
Dave. Yeah, I don't
have a
want any
friend
part
take
of
you
that.
on a quote test drive.
Yeah.
It's not always the husband pimping her out either. Sometimes just the woman wants to sleep with another
Well,
guy.
absolutely, for sure. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, go ahead.
And if you say no, that you're insecure and
No.
whatever.
Yeah.
I just think there's an openness
You're
Yeah.
internalizing
level.
something.
No.
man.
Sounds like that to me.
I'm internalizing something. Is that what you just said?
No, I mean,
No.
I don't. I'm not
You didn't
saying
say
that.
internal.
I'm not saying if you're saying no that everyone has the right to say no in their relationship. I'm saying like some of these instances, it's not like the guy's going out and like recruiting people to bang his wife. Sometimes it might be she wants to be polyamorous and he's not. He finds that sexy and attractive, or vice versa. There's women that do it too. It'll bring home a friend and be like, I want you to sleep with my husband. I want to, like, I think that's sexy. I want to, you know, it's just, but you don't have to be like, you're a piece of trash while you do it. That's when you get into the cuckold. And the cuck queen area.
There's a lot of stuff going on I don't know about.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just a guy who goes to work and comes home.
I know. That's good enough. That's
Life's
great.
easier that way.
Yeah, we're getting
great.
nerdier and nerdier, and I'm fine with it.
I'm thinking of going to the New Balance store later.
Hey,
I mean, it's a big day. You're having a big day out.
Get you some Allerdales.
I don't know.
I mean, people are into a lot of stuff, man. I've done a lot. You put me in charge of some really wild research on this show, and I've done some deep dives, and I got to tell you, this ain't the worst thing out there.
No, it certainly is not.
Gun to your head, you're like, you got to get into pegging or hot wifing.
Okay. This is a would you rather, and let's go.
Where are you going, bud?
The gun is going to go off.
That's a good the gun is going to go off.
In what scenario? In what scenario?
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Pegging or hot wifing?
Pegging or hot wifing.
Oh, all right. Well,
Your mother's checking in for that, by the way. She says, I've learned a lot today.
I don't want to hear from her.
Sorry, Mrs. Rizzuto.
I don't want. Don't bring her up.
I feel like I'm not allowed at your house anymore. I feel like I'm not allowed to come over anymore.
Leave her out of this.
Sorry. Like bringing up Rosanna's like a palate cleanser.
No offense, Mom. All right, we got to take a break. Okay. We'll take a break. We'll come back. A couple more things, and we'll get to Rafe. And what do we got this week, Rafe?
I actually got a big expose on why hot wifing is awesome.
Okay. Hot wifing, the new thing in Wildwood.
Right on.
Join, go to www.wildwoodhotwife.com and sign up today for the newsletter.
That's a Winghaven thing. Swinghaven.
Swing Haven. I love it.
All right, 8:38. Monday, traffic and weather. And Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Highways are still clear. Your point forecast mostly sunny. High of 56. Right now it's 41 at the Point Studio.
Backstage at Point Fest, our first interview of the day is a gentleman that the first time that we met was in the restroom.
And we wasn't doing drugs.
No, not at all. Jelly Roll,
you got to clear that up in this area. Somebody be like, I wonder what they were doing in the bathroom together.
They're just going to assume that for sure. Even if we say we didn't, they're going to assume that anyway.
Well, I'll tell the story that I was stoned and waiting on a commode that was open. I didn't realize the door was closed, and I thought somebody was there, so I sat there for like 15 minutes with my butt puckered, waiting to use the bathroom just to find out nobody was in there.
While I'm going, you're directed traffic in and out of the bathroom.
I'm telling people, I'm like, oh, you're good that way. That one's open. That one's clogged. Somebody's in that one. I'm waiting too. And it was, that was my morning.
Well, we got to start out. I mean, there's a lot of things that we could talk about. But first, man, Dead Man Walking goes #1 at Rock Radio. And for you, and in kind of watching your path, you seem genuinely, one, thrilled, but two, it's like still kind of surprised, even after it's already happened.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it was a really surprising. I have to touch on this because this is special to me. It's #1 at Rock Radio for 2 consecutive weeks.
Which was thanks to Zero Res. They came not last Wednesday, the Wednesday before, to clean out the air ducts. Now, my son suffers from bad allergies. Now, we got the pollen attacking our home. And that stuff gets into your air ducts. So get Zero Res in there, clean out the air ducts. Your air ducts are like the lungs of the house. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. So we had them do the air ducts, and then they came and did the carpets. And I got a fresh, clean house now. Now, this month, get 3 rooms, Zero Resified from St. Louis's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner, starting at just $119. It takes $75 off the air duct cleaning. You owe it to yourself and your house and your family. Breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res 314-474-2020 or book online anytime at ZeroResSTL.com and say you want the Riz Show special. Spelled backward or forward, it spells the same. It's Zero Res.
Look, here we are, a Tuesday in St. Louis, Missouri, and I am joined by Luke
from the Struts. Luke, how are you, man? Thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. How's it going?
I'm doing really good. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be back in your presence again.
Well, we have long, the station has been a long supporter of the band. I mean, you guys, it's been fun to kind of watch you guys grow as a band. And this new record, Strange Days, is absolutely fantastic. And I want to kind of hear a bit, Luke, of the backstory behind it, because from what I understand, you had a whole nother record ready to roll, then quarantine happened, and you guys made use of your time. Can you talk to us about that a bit?
Yeah, that's basically what happened in short. Towards the end of 2019, myself and Adam were both writing in LA and went home quickly for Christmas, came back out, actually made an official move to LA in very early January, and carried on just as business as usual. Then COVID started cancelling everything. So we had no tours, we had no shows, everything was completely up in the air. So we decided, it was suggested to us, why don't we go into a studio and initially record maybe 3 or 4 songs just for the fans, forget everything else. And we had 10 days to do so. And I think we were just too excited because we walked out with an entire record, which was completely by accident.
That's a great accident. That's a very fortunate accident. Did you guys just get on a writing spree or an idea spree? Is that just kind of how that happens?
Essentially, yes. It was the perfect marriage between the excitement within the group and the manager, John, and a good solid couple of weeks leading up to it. I was writing tons and tons of lyrics and titles and concepts, melodies. Adam was banking loads of riffs. So what happened was we would just approach a guitar riff, which would then turn into a jam, which would then turn into something interesting. And then I would just tend to scroll through what I had lyrically and then start top lining. And yeah, we would just spend like 3 hours, 4 hours on an idea. And then once we had a good take, it was like, well, what do we do now? Let's do something a bit different. And the album was just made in these cool little steps.
And it sounds like, and what's so crazy to me in listening to that record, and correct me if I'm wrong, please do, but it's a really fun record for being written out of a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like there are some really great choruses on there, some really huge songs. Like, it sounds like sort of the opposite record that in my mind I would think that you would make when there's a pandemic going on. But there's just a great rock and roll feel to the record. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, even the title track, Strange Days, I thought it was important to have a lyric which was a little bit of a social commentary, but simultaneously, I didn't want it to be a negative record, lyrically anyway. I wanted it was great that it ended up having a hopeful message, one that people could sort of like.
I am talking to you specifically. Ladies, take a break for a second. Mentality. Fellas, it's a place for us. Mentality. If you feel like you're running on empty, might I recommend making an appointment with either the Chesterfield location or the South County location. You may be suffering from low T, and that's why you're feeling like you're running on empty. You're feeling anxious, you're moody, you're irritable, low libido, which of course can strain relationships. Now, here's what Mentality does. Mentality is a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. They focus on free testosterone levels, which many doctors overlook, ensuring your treatment is tailored to you, your body. Mentality, their treatments are designed to fit your life, even with a busy schedule. Most insurance is accepted, making it a very accessible option. Your energy is going to come roaring back. Your belly fat's going to burn off. You're going to feel like yourself again, confident, driven, and ready to take on all of life's challenges. Be the dad who could keep up with the kids. Be the husband who could, take care of everything. Take care of your wife. Be the spouse, she knows you could be. Feel and perform like you did 5 or 10 years ago, whether it's at work, in the gym, or at home. Stop settling for a fraction of you, your potential. This is your chance to take back control. Visit mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
How are you, everybody? Donnie Fandango, and I am very lucky, and I know I'm nervous because my hands are sweating like crazy. I got Pete and Sam from Chevelle. Gentlemen, welcome back. It's really great to see you.
Hey, it's good to be seen. Good to be here, Donnie.
Well, and it feels like there was a number of years where we were running into each other a couple of times a year, but now it's been, I would say...
A social media post. I took a girl out for a first date a while back and chose the restaurant based off the few gift cards I'd been given as, quote, bonuses for achievements here at work. I figure I owe her to pay. Why does it matter how I pay? And I've been told this is tacky as hell. Is it okay to pay for a date with gift cards? Moon?
Is it okay to use money? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what? Okay. I mean, I just had a birthday, and so gave me cash, and I'm going to use that. I mean, it's my cash. It's not.
Yeah, but you're taking your family out.
I understand.
It's a date.
It looks a little weird. The optics aren't great. I understand the optics look great, but how you gonna judge me
this
for
guy
that?
spending his gift cards instead of him just sitting around in the drawer.
I got some gift cards, and if a guy would take me out and use a gift card to pay for me, I'm like, oh, he is using his gift card that somebody gave to him to shower me with that gift.
Woman is going.
I am.
Why don't you take my
right
wife
here.
out tonight? Here's a $200 gift card to any guns. Treat her nice.
What was it say when you're dating? It's funny that that's a bad thing, but once you're married, then it's like all of a sudden really
fine. It's
smart.
financially
and you're saving money.
responsible.
Like, thank you. You're
it's
responsible.
financially responsible and great all the time.
Yes, it is.
Don't start this trend of that's a bad thing. This is fine.
I would hide it.
It's not a bad thing. It's weird.
I would hide it too.
Not.
I'd hide it.
I would hide it. I'm not
bad.
doing it. You're not throwing down a couple gift cards. You're going. If you're going to do it, you got to do it discreetly.
Yeah, I'm doing it funny. I'm going. Got a gift card. I'm showing my humor. I'm showing my ways to save money and manage money.
Every girl.
No.
It depends on the place. If you're at Showbiz Pizza, clearly you only took her here because you have the Showbiz Pizza thing. But if Annie Guns, I was there on Sunday, and what did I think? What did I do? I texted my daughter, "Hey, have you used that Annie Guns gift card yet?" Because
she goes, "No, can I have the number?" And you're like, "Can I have the number? Because it's very expensive."
Yeah, right. But it made me think oh yeah, this is one of our favorite places, and we got a gift card to someone we love because we want them to experience this.
It's a date, though. It's a date.
Rob in the chat just made the defining line. He says, as long as she wanted to go there, not you choosing it. So let's say you're taking somebody out on a first date.
Right.
And you I got this Red Lobster gift card. We're going to Red Lobster. That's a little more tacky than if she was like, oh, you know where I love to go? Red Lobster. Okay. And then he's like, ooh, I got a gift card.
I got a gift card.
Yeah.
There's a
And
gift
there
card.
it is.
I actually
That
got
is the
2. I
defining
think there's
point.
$8 left on this one. Will you check that one first and then?
Oh, and it does have to be a
Here's a
full gift
second
card.
gift card.
Yeah.
Because gift card, listen, it may be wrong. It may be wrong, but it is the optics of you're a cheapo.
Yeah, just sneak off. What? Sneak off and pay
Well,
it.
yes.
It's
Yes.
I like
the
what Lauren
optics
said.
are you're a cheapo. And
I have a
if she-
situation.
on a first date.
If she picked, you're safe.
If she picked your safe.
You're never no.
While we're on the gift card topic, I had a thing happen to me on Friday. Very nice couple of guys came to Copper Fire. They own a business. They gave me a card, and in it were 3 gift cards. 2 Red Lobster gift cards and also a Cheesecake Factory gift card.
Oh.
Where's the nearest cheesecake factory?
Colorado.
I know. And I was like, is this a gag or are they for real? Or maybe they didn't hear the news.
Like everyone near your house is closing.
Do you think
Red Lobster by your
that
house
was a
is closing.
regift?
There ain't nothing on that card, dude.
well,
they
that's
just
what I
grab
mean.
it. I'll take that cheesecake one. How much you want to
Why would
load?
they give-
0.
no, I'm sure
Are there
they're
Red
very nice.
Lobsters nearby?
Maybe they're sly comedians. Maybe
They
they're
could be.
just
I mean, they
being
were
really
nice
funny.
guys, But I opened it
would
when
they
I got
think
home.
you
I'm
would
like, oh
want
my
that?
god, why would I mean the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay Boys? Like we I would love it.
Cheddar
I
Buzz.
would love to go to Cheddar
Cheddar
Bay
Buzz.
Biscuit
I'd love
Country.
Cheddar Buzz.
And I love the Cheesecake Factory, but I'm going, oh no, they're dead, right? We closed the last Cheesecake Factory.
Is the Galleria one
The
closed?
Galleria one.
Yeah.
Is it open still?
I believe so.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
Then there is hope in, okay, never mind. I take it back. I thought that closed as well.
Get in the Pharaoh's tomb there in the Galleria and have yourself
Oh my God, the
Key
brown
lime cheese.
bread.
You know what I did? I did read like what the decor is supposed to be. Like, what is Cheesecake Factory? What's their decor?
They mix 3 different things, right?
Yeah, it's like a mixture.
It's a glom of Egypt, Greece, and something else.
It's the guy who designed it just put stuff he thought looked good. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Oh, I thought it was like Egyptian.
Nope. It just looked good.
I thought the same thing, dude. I was like, why are there hints of the Pharaoh's tomb? Is Nicolas Cage going to come in here and like knock out a wall and pull out an ancient artifact? And
Yeah.
throw
It's a Red
it away?
Lobster and Alton.
It looks like an old guy that first
Perfect.
came into money. Like he finally
Well-
gets to design his house with no expense spared.
I'm with Riz on the gift card thing. I think it'll backfire more often than just because you're basically saying in front of a girl you just met and like, hey, my parents paid for this meal at Christmas.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad are paying for this one. Pretty cool, huh? It just
Yeah.
makes you,
It makes you
even
look
though
cheap.
she shouldn't think like that, I think a lot of women would think like
But
that.
why do we think that is weird? Like, who started this? Who started the, hey, if it's not stone cold cash, baby, it's cringe as F? You're still getting your
Women.
dinner paid for.
Yeah, you're trying. Yeah, you guys.
But I know, but like, why?
You're trying to put your best foot forward.
I
You're
don't know.
trying
Go
to
to
look
your
like
meetings.
a G. Okay?
I like it. I'm here to change
You are
the
probably-
trajectory of this.
You're saying that, but I don't think you mean it.
I do mean it. I'm going back to like when Tim and I started dating and we didn't have a lot of money. We were both like working our asses off and he paid all the time with gift cards, probably from the
But back then
FM
you were
News Talk
scrimping and
97.1
saving,
promotional budget,
You were
you know?
scrimping and saving. I couldn't afford to take my wife out to dinner. And if I had a gift card, then I would have been probably fine because we were both kind of struggling.
Right.
But now you in your 40s.
I am in my 40s, yeah.
You in your 40s. You go on a date and some guy pulls out gift cards. You're thinking.
I'm gonna go. You listen to the show, and you knew
You're
I'd be
thinking
totally
he's a
down.
cheapskate.
I'm not. I really am being genuine. I don't think so. And especially if he was like made a joke about it. That's even hotter. Sign us up. Stop
Well,
this.
you're an exception.
I do think Riz has got you there. I think you are the.
You guys are on your own man island right now.
Red
I
Lobster's in
refuse.
still. I think
You
still
put
up
us on this
still.
island.
I know. I'm trying to get you off the. This is my little tugboat.
You guys
I'm
will get to
trying
drive
help.
the boat, kick us off on the island, to be like, what are you doing on that island?
Okay,
You
you're
put
right.
us here.
I'm trying to help.
And finally, before we get to Rafe's segment here, let's talk about one of life's most pressing questions. Why do men love boobs? Is it nature? Is it nurture? Or are we just wired that way from the start?
Man, whatever you're gonna say, it don't matter because we're never gonna know. We're never gonna know.
Scientists recently dove into this age-old debate.
Is it just because of the start of life?
But I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't think this is an answerable question. I think there are questions out there that will never be answered. And this is one of them.
Researchers set to figure out if men's fascination with breasts is a biological thing or the result of Western culture hyping up cleavage.
All right, give me this.
And guess what? According to the study, men's love for breasts is totally natural.
Whoa.
Chest men are born, not made.
You guys are writing this book on the man island.
Newsflash.
Okay, let me write that down.
To prove it,
Totally natural. Totally cool.
to prove it, they studied a group of men from a tribe in Western New Guinea. And until about 20 years ago, women in this society used to go fully topless all the time. So if boobs were everywhere, would men still think they're sexy?
Well, okay. Now that's a fair point.
And the researchers split the tribesmen into two groups: older guys who grew up with in the topless era, and younger guys who came of age after the women started covering up.
This is fascinating because I will say, and tell me if you were on this experience train. I was a young man still when came out. Showgirls. Remember when Showgirls came out?
Yes.
And
How could I forget?
we were teenagers, whatever. You're so excited to see it, and you finally see it. And I remember the realization and the depression that sat in halfway through the movie when I looked over at my friend. I went, "Are you sick of boobs, dude?"
Oh man.
Because like this movie's like It's
breast
so
heavy?
dumb.
That guy thinks you want to bang him, probably.
No. There was a point in that movie where I was like, wait a second, am I sick? For half a second, I was sick of boobs.
Sick of boobs, man?
I mean,
Try
I was
something
not that I was sick of boobs. It's that I was a young man and I wasn't seeing them anymore. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It was
Like,
gratuitous, yeah.
It just became
It's funny that you guys do, because like women, we see our own boobs all the time, and so like boobs are just normal. Like if I go to a gym and there's breasts, I'm like, all right, cool. Like we see our own racks all the time, and so it
Because
does. We
you
don't
have
even
the
like
equipment.
notice,
Yeah.
unless women have like. I mean, I notice just beautiful, perfect, like perfectly proportioned breasts on women. Like, gosh, perfect breasts. That's about the only distinction that I have in my natural state. But I think it's the curvature of a breast is why
Something
men
about
love
that.
breasts so much, because they're bigger than yours.
But
And
that's
you're
what
like,
happened.
That's interesting.
That movie happened, and I went through that thought, and then the next thought was, oh, wait a second. Does having them, seeing them so infrequently, really like play into this whole thing? So I'm interested in
here's
where you're
what
going with
science
this
says.
study.
Again, until about 20 years ago, women in the society were used to go fully topless. So the researchers split the tribesmen up into two groups: the older guys who grew up in the topless era, the younger guys who came of age after women started covering up. And the results: both groups were equally into breasts. Whether they'd grown up seeing bare chests all the time or not, it did not make a difference. Men found breasts hot no matter what. Turns out boobs are sexy even in a society where they're ubiquitous. I don't know.
Ubiquitous.
Now,
Nice.
with the obsession. Why? Some scientists think it goes back to evolution. Breasts might signal youth and fertility, which could explain why they catch the eye. And while studies have shown that men often prefer larger breasts and a curvier hip-to-waist ratio, that so-called perfect body formula has been debated plenty over years. But here's the kicker. Loving breasts doesn't mean they're the most important thing.
Our brains are the most important thing. Yes, Riz.
Bank accounts.
Shoe size.
The tribesmen in the study said boobs weren't a deal breaker when it came to choosing life partners.
The guys that wrapped their wieners around a stick decided that boobs weren't a deal breaker, huh?
Look up the Dani tribe, D-A-N-I, of New Guinea.
Let me ask a woman question for a room full of men. When you are like, obviously before you've touched a first boob.
Those guys.
Oh, yeah. Love them.
Wow. Great.
Huh.
Case closed. The guy's got a melon hat. The guy's literally got a cantaloupe on his head as a hat.
Yo,
Gosh,
that guy
tribal people are
looks
so
dope.
cool.
Yeah, but if you wanted to do a
That guy
study,
looks
of nature versus nurture, you got to go out to nature.
Imagine meeting that guy in the woods with two tusks going through his nose and like a crown of feathers, and he's got a spear and he's about to kill you, and you go, boobies?
You're a boob guy?
Okay, go on. It's the
That's
thing
incredible.
that saves you.
What were you going to ask?
I was going to ask, before you've touched a breast for the first time and you're daydreaming about breasts and you're going through puberty and it's all this stuff, like do men look at their own like areolas and stuff and like
No.
and you imagine like, okay, this is what it kind of looks like? Like,
No.
is there any part of that happens where you're like,
No,
I
you
kind
guys
of
are,
have breasts?
No, you guys are aliens. Like a total, just a mysterious species we know nothing about, and we
I have no idea what this is
We want
going
to know
like.
everything. There's no comparison to us. We're not thinking about us at all. Like because you guys are a completely different species. When a teenage boy is just thinking, "What is that?
What do I have to do?
I'm telling you, man.
How do I get
Like,
to,
what if you're
how
like
do
a
I get to the
chubby
Golden
kid?
Valley of the Himalayas?
What if you are like a heavier set person and you have man boobs?
You want to get rid of
Do
it.
you touch your own
You think
man
the young
boobs?
fatties are jiggling their own boobies in the
I would
bathroom?
wonder if I were like
Terrible.
I'm not terrible. I'm genuinely curious, like because that's essentially what your breast is.
Do you
It
think
has
we
no
like corner
difference.
the fat kid in PE? Be like, Miles, get over here.
Let me fill you up.
You just what it's like?
I'm not
Quit
saying
crying,
these-
Miles. This is for the betterment of the tribe.
I'm saying Miles would touch his own breasts if he had big old man boobies.
No, nothing. You don't understand.
Damn it, Rafe.
Something happened in PE today. My son won't come out of his room.
No. But all I'm saying is like, you know, like in Fight Club with Bob and his
Yeah, you don't talk about it after Miles.
Right. Like, you know, if I were a big dude that had like
Man breasts, he would never leave the house.
I would be like, this is what they feel like. Like
Yeah, that's probably the first thing on their mind when they're looking in the mirror.
No, because it's not just about the physical. There's like some.
I'm genuinely
This
curious.
is awesome.
There's something magical about you guys.
I don't need boobies. I got my own.
Essentially the same.
I don't need you, ladies.
Yep. No one's ever going to make fun of me. I got man boobs.
All them hoes is jealous.
Oh.
That's why they don't talk to me.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. We'll come back, and Rafe will give us his little cap run, 6-town fun facts, and we'll get to sports.
Yo, there is something with this tribe. On all the pictures of the dudes, they got something on their wangs.
They tie them up with a stick, dude. I told you that.
There is something.
They literally take a stick and spin it and then like corkscrew their own wangs up so they don't get stuck on stuff. Yeah, they do.
No. This one is like it's like a shield. It's like a bamboo shield.
What's going on there in New Guinea?
What's going on?
Stick, brother. Look it up, man. They roll it up like a red carpet.
Oh, like a fruit roll-up?
Yeah, dude. It's like fruit by the foot, dude. Remember fruit by the foot? They pull that piece of bamboo out, and they're rolling out the red carpet for the premiere.
All right, 9:01.
This guy's just freeballing here.
New Jimmy.
Monday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are clear except for some small delays, 270 eastbound between Manchester and Ladue. Your point forecast, mostly sunny, high of 56. Right now it's 40 at the Point Studio.
So aside from rest, relaxation, and a lot of work, another reason we bought the farm was because my wife owns a company called All Things Elderberry, where she makes elderberry elixir and various other elderberry products. So not only are we building a house on the property, but this is the field over here with over 70 rows of elderberry plants, over 9,000 elderberry plants on this field right now. So let me take you up there. Let me show you what it's all about. So instead of buying elderberries from somebody else, we thought, let's just grow the elderberries ourselves. No big deal. So here we are.
To Roy's Jewelry, ninjabling.com, the exclusive jeweler of the Riz Show.
Best in the business, not just for us as consumers, as customers, as fans of being a great gift giver and all that, but they are best in the business, even in amongst other businesses in St. Louis. Family owned and operated, they are huge in the St. Louis business community and known for their, their just amazing reputation, their highest quality for consumers' investment, for us as customers, and absolute confidence in their integrity. And that's what you want when it comes to a big purchase like this.
Well, reputable jewelry store. I mean, that's what it's all about, man, because you don't want to go there and get taken advantage of, which is the worst. Fellas, if you're going for that engagement ring, you're gonna drop some money. And of course you want to go to the reputable place. The place is going to treat you right. They're going to do you right. They've been doing it for 40 plus years now. It's Mort's Royce Jewelry. Go to ninjabling.com, get the phone number, get the address. They're the exclusive jeweler of the Riz Show. Mort's Royce Jewelry, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
House of Pain on 105.7 The Point. You are live with Liv, and I am backstage at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater with Breaking Benjamin, getting all of our swears out so we don't do that on the air right now. Gentlemen, how are we?
We're good. Great. It's good to be here.
Good. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. And I'm going to start off by saying something I said to Brent Smith a couple days ago of Shinedown. I'm a fan before, being a DJ and having a cool job. And I'm sure you guys can relate to that too, that you're a fan first with so many of these acts. What does it mean for you guys to be out on the road with Bush and Alice in Chains?
Well, we grew up with them, you know, so it's like surreal.
And it's Riz. We are backstage at Point Fest, and say hi to POD. Hello, fellas.
Hello.
What's up? I could hear him right now saying hello. Welcome back to St. Louis. Welcome back to Point Fest.
Yeah.
St. Louis. St. Louis, indeed.
In the house.
You like it here?
Oh, yeah. We've been coming here for many, many, many years.
Any?
I want to say a few decades. Yeah, it's been a while. For sure.
Any memories, special memories of St. Louis?
It is, but it's not a good one. We actually went to
We've done something remarkable, something to help us all out. They've lowered prices on over 2,300 items around the store. It's a big number. And they've marked down prices on things like Jack's Pizza and Orado potatoes or Tyson Family Pack chickens and Organic Girl salad kits. By lowering prices on over 2,300 items, Schnucks is bound to have lowered the price on something you love, some of your favorites. All you got to do is check out the digital shelf tags around the store to find tons more items, all with lower prices. And don't forget about the Schnucks Awards app. And it's free to download. If you have an iPhone, just go right there in the App Store, look up Schnucks Awards app. That'll earn you 2% back on everything you buy. Just show your barcode in the app or use your phone number at checkout. And not only do you get points for money off, the app makes it easy to shop around, order delivery or curbside pickup. It's effortless. If you can't find something, it's easy with the item search right there in the app, and you'll find hundreds of exclusive digital offers and coupons. It's the Schnucks Awards app. It's everyday savings you can count on, all at your local Schnucks. New lower prices every day on 2,300 items.
Will there be celebrity guests on this show? Who does number 2 work for? Have you ever wondered what your boss's bathroom routine is like? Well, me neither. But we might find out today whether we like it or not on the number 2 show.
Sports here in just a moment. Going to finish up Sex Time Fun Facts. Rafe, what do you got for us?
Well, today on Rafe Does Relationships, this made me think of a very specific member of our crew. I got it on Reddit. I'll read it to you guys. I want to get your opinions.
God.
Title: Need a fake kid to piss off my wife.
Okay.
Need a fake kid.
Need a fake kid to piss off my wife. My wife and I are watching Elf together. We saw the part where Buddy, Will Ferrell's real dad, James Caan, tells his wife about Buddy. And his wife, Mary Steenburgen, gets excited about this surprise adult kid that pops into their life out of nowhere. I point out to my wife it's a little unbelievable that she, Mary Steenburgen, would immediately be on board because that's the only unbelievable thing about the Elf movie. I then comment that she, my wife, would actually be mad at me in this situation, even if I genuinely did not know the kid existed and it was conceived before I'd met her. She denies it, but I know my wife. We're in our 40s. We've been married 10 years, together for 12, so I need a 20-ish kid to knock on the door and tell my wife they're my kid, and they just wanted to meet me. Got to be convincing and really talk about how your mom and I were once really happy.
Sell it.
Before your mom can have died of something tragic, dealer's choice. Job pays $100.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
Gender, race, etc. don't matter as long as you can pass early 20s. Shouldn't take more than an hour of conversation. Then you get a call or something and have to leave. Want to do this soon after the new year. You come up with the backstory. I'll play along. I'll give you a little info up front.
Who did this remind you of?
You, dude.
Because I want a kid or an adult to show up in my house.
I feel like this is the length you would go to win an argument with your wife. I don't think I'm alone in thinking that. As soon as I read it, I go, dude, this sounds... If Riz was ever going to go on Reddit, it would be to settle a very small point of contention about a movie.
Boy, I wonder what the reaction would be.
He did it. I want to see what you guys have been married. You're all married. How do you think your spouses would respond to this?
Okay, well, let's math this out because I've been with my wife.
Let's just math it out to before. It doesn't have to be 20. It can be whenever. I feel like Moon knows it.
My wife would be like, "How
again?
Goodness!
Okay,
How
so
many people have you made?"
I've been together with my wife for since 1999.
Mm-hmm.
No one's wife would be more shocked than Scott's, by the way.
The Kings, yes.
Yeah, if I had
your wife would be probably shocked the most.
A 3 or 4 year old kid come knock on the door. I'm your kid.
I mean, when I was 18, 19, maybe one slip past a goalie. I don't know. And next thing you know, it'd be a wow. Feel like a almost 30-something knocking at the door.
That has to be like every guy's deep fear if you've had promiscuous sex, that like one night stands and whatnot. Like you don't know what happened.
Not me. That's the lovely thing about not doing that is I've never had that fear. I can't imagine having that fear looming.
You had that fear
All
once.
of the women have announced that they've had your babies.
Yeah, you're right. I had that fear once.
Once, and that was it.
For
You're
about
done
2
with
months,
it.
and then it was confirmed. I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
I've thought about it. You know, you never know. Even being careful, you never know. Nothing's 100%. Like, even if you're strapped and you're doing everything by the book, you never know.
Oh.
And it would be strange to have an adult come into your life because, you know, you feel bad. You'd feel bad you missed it. Even if it was, like, not your fault, you'd still feel guilty.
It'd be a
about it.
guilt.
Sure.
I'm sorry, son.
I have some friends that are going through that now. Like, she found out, she found out she had a sister. Grown.
Found out she had a sister.
Yeah, 23andMe.
I'm waiting to find out that I have a Vietnamese brother because when my dad was over in Vietnam, like I have all of his war photos and stuff. And I mean, he was like partying with hot Vietnamese ladies.
You never know.
And I could have and that's kind of why I did the 23andMe because I wanted to see if there was anybody over there that
Greg
maybe
was
I'm
laying
related
pipe
to.
in Da Nang, dude.
Dude, it could have happened.
Dang.
Over in Laos?
Yeah, I want to know.
Dang,
'cause
dang.
We've always joked about that, but there's a good chance we have cousins over there.
I mean, it's
sure.
possible,
We had
man.
Few uncles that were over there, and they
Yeah.
were wild childs at that point.
There you go.
23andMe has blown up some of that. And I have another friend who found out sister wasn't sister, not same dad.
Yeah, we had a buddy that 23andMe proved that one of his sisters was not
Was a half sister.
Yeah, was a half sister.
Same.
Yowzers.
And, you know, they got the result. They did it as a family and got the results, like, all emailed. So they found out in real time together.
Oh, man, his mama was sweating.
Yeah, listen,
I mean, everybody-
before all the data breaches and
What you mean,
stuff, I'm sure
everybody?
there were a lot of parents that were like, "Nah, you don't need to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Nah,
why-
it's, I
why
heard
would
bad
you
things
wanna
about
do
that.
that?
Why would you want to do that? Yeah, we're all Italian. No, you don't need to figure it out.
Why is
not
dad
accurate.
Why is dad all about it? But mom ain't so.
It
keen
says I'm
on
Puerto
this.
Rican.
Well, no, mom is all about it. I mean, this wouldn't work on me. I know, if something
What's the story?
I can't act like somebody that shows up to my house is my kid.
You'd be really
Do
surprised.
you remember the story about Jack Nicholson? What his story is?
No.
Jack Nicholson was supposedly raised by his sister. Okay. Turns out the sister was his mom.
Yeah.
Wow. She was just very
That
young.
happens a lot.
She was just very young.
Wow.
They didn't find out till later.
That used to happen a lot, I feel like, 50, 60 years ago. Like, if someone was a young mother, they would just raise the kid as their sibling.
Sure.
That happened. There was a lot of people finding out that their sister was actually their mom. This is a little different, but...
You didn't find out till much. Yeah, I forgot the story.
Yeah, because they go away to visit family for a few months, and then they come back home and they have a new sibling.
Mm-hmm. It was wild back then.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you got to do.
So how do you think your spouses would react to this? Let's get back to the question at hand. Obviously, you've kind of been there. You've got 1 million kids. You have kids from when you were young. So you and I both kind of have had this situation. Like, it's probably not going to be a big shock, right? But if you had an extra one, let's just say, let's play with the...
It would be a big shock because I have such a low number and such an easy history, and it wouldn't. It would be like, what? When?
Would your wife...
How the heck?
Would her reaction be, "Pfft, what's another one?"
No.
Okay. Or would she be like, "Are you kidding me?"
No, if I had a promiscuous past, sure, she probably would be. But because I was not promiscuous in any sense, it would be shock to everybody.
Yeah, it'd be a shock for
Like,
me.
it doesn't make sense.
Would she be excited for you in the sense that the argument between this man and woman was she's saying, "I'd be pumped. I'd be just like Mary Steenburgen." You're like, "Oh, you have a son."
I don't
That's
think anybody would be
wonderful."
excited about it. It just is. We got to deal with this.
What about?
Well,
what would you
if
do?
Tim, if a 20-year-old guy comes to the house and is like, "Tim's my dad, Daddy," I mean, I would be very taken aback. I mean, I would need time to process. The first reaction would probably just be shock, and also, I mean, Tim has had previous relations. I mean, it could definitely be a thing.
I have no idea what my reaction would be. I would have no
I would
idea.
kind of be excited
I would
though.
first think
Slam the door.
I would first think that it was not true, and I would not accept this person as my own until we got a DNA test.
Well, yeah, that, but also I would be kind of excited because I'm not having children of my own. And then that would still eventually be a way for me to kind of be a stepmom, and that might be kind of
To an
cool.
adult.
This
to
is
our
not-
cool new son.
I will tell you, this is not a situation
Harold.
where
He's suddenly living in
who
the
works
basement.
at Worldwide Tech.
where the
Living-
door, the doorbell rings and it's like, Dad? I'm like, son, and we just, we
What if he looks
embrace.
just like you and he's all curmudgeon-y and stuff and like he's
Can I
you?
borrow the car?
Am, am I looking in a mirror?
Right.
No, we're going for a dance. First, get
What
off,
if
get
a
off
guy
my
knocked on
property.
your door and you open it up and it's a 20-year-old kid, and he's like, listen, I don't want to make this a whole thing, but, and you're like, son?
That's something I would say.
I've
Son?
avoided this for 20 years because parking in your neighborhood's terrible, and I didn't want to make this a whole thing, and you're just like,
weird coincidence, Rafe.
You'd say, leave your number and your saliva and get off my
say
property.
less.
You want to eat spaghetti in
You'd
bed?
pull your gun.
Yes, I
So
would.
you'd pull your gun on
You go,
him.
get off my property.
You would embrace the adult stepchild.
Eventually,
you
I
think.
would be processing, but I think after that would subside, I mean, I would hope I would be the person that we have to have a relationship with him. I would insist on that because it wouldn't fit right with my heart that he's been out here without his dad and now he knows where we are. I would embrace that eventually. I would be shocked, but then I would be open with love. I feel like that's what I would
Well,
do.
for me, of course, we're going for a DNA test. No, there's no good feelings until we have a DNA test to confirm what's going on here.
As someone that reappeared in people's lives,
yeah.
It was an enormous relief to be welcomed by their significant others.
That's great.
An
yeah.
enormous relief. Because my biggest thing was I wasn't looking for a mother, I wasn't looking for a father, I wasn't looking for anyone or any void to be filled. I was just looking for her so I could thank her for giving the opportunity for me to live.
And it was more
to
about
live.
your story. Like, I mean,
Well,
the curiosity.
honestly, it was for me. It was the reason I reached out was because I didn't want her thinking. I wanted her to know that I was healthy, that I was alive, that I did not resent her, and that I was very, very thankful for where I am.
Yeah.
And that was it. I just wanted to put her mind at ease and give her peace because she gave me life. Now, my biggest concern was putting myself into someone's life and throwing a
Then
wrench in.
possibly rejecting it.
'Cause
Or
No,
throwing
I-
a wrench into their life.
If they needed to reject me, fine. I was looking for
you were
nothing.
like prepared, right?
Totally fine for that. My concern was, what if the significant others don't know I exist? I do not want to throw a wrench into another family's life. And thankfully, I lucked out, and that's not how it was. And it was very nice, and my situation ended up being ideal. But yeah, that was a concern because if you just show up on somebody's door, bro,
it's wild.
Like you're gonna.
Well, they did. Quick update before we wrap.
update.
Holy cow, I've had several interested potential fake offspring. I'm no longer taking applications. Did not expect so many willing people. Winning candidate will be coming in days. I'll keep you guys updated.
Nice.
Not only will I have a potential fake kid, but the kid actually could pass as a genetically for me. We look a lot alike. Can't wait. Too long didn't read. My wife enjoyed the prank, but I was wrong. She wasn't mad that I had a kid before her. She was actually just as stoked as Mary Steenburgen was in the movie. First off, I'm still married, and my wife and I have a good relationship. We like to pull pranks on each other. She thought this was very funny.
That's cute.
So to the dramatic naysayers in the chat, suck it. You probably right. However, na boo-boo, stick your head in doo-doo. We've been married a decade. We know each other well enough to know what the line is and what's funny. It was harder than I thought to secure a fake child. A lot of people say they're interested, but not truly committed. Unfortunately, interested and committed are two different things. Multiple potential sons and daughters. But Saturday afternoon, my doorbell rang. My dog lost his mind, as one is tend to do. My wife answered the door. I pretended to take a call. My son, looking about 20 to 25, taller and better looking than me, asked if I was home. I invited him in. We sat down. He laid on the spiel. Excellent actor, by the way. He would later say the anxiety of the situation and not wanting to mess up made his nervous demeanor so convincing.
Aw.
This is from memory, pretty much what happened. Do you remember ex-girlfriend I mentioned to my wife once in our 10-year marriage? Yeah, well, that's my mother.
Oh.
Looked at him feigning ignorance. My wife's nearly busting out of her chair, totally engrossed, completely consumed with two theories. One, my husband has a son. And more importantly, my dumbass husband doesn't realize this is his son. Out with it, kid. Kid makes the confession. Wife freaks out, loves it, welcomes him to the family immediately. I was wrong. She rubs it in. I let it go for an hour, told her it was a prank, and now she's threatening to get me back.
Good.
Oh.
The end. So it went well.
Here's Denise. Denise, your husband found out he had a kid?
Yes. Yeah, it was. He ended up having a good time at 17, and when he was 39, he got a package in the mail and told me to go take a look at it. And it was from a gal he went to high school with who said she had his baby and ended up putting her up for adoption. And now she wanted to find her biological parents.
Wow.
And she sent like pictures and everything as a baby. And I looked at my husband and I go, she looks exactly like our daughter. Aww. So he went and met with her first, and he came back. He's like, it's my daughter.
Wow.
I said, well, we have to do a DNA because I don't want to introduce her to everybody. So they did, and it was like 99.7, you're the dad.
Yeah.
What did you feel like, Denise, when as this was all going down? Like after the DNA test results?
Honestly, I was shocked. I told him, I said, I knew you had sex before we were married, but I don't know that I needed proof of that.
Is she still part of your family?
Oh gosh, yeah. I love her dearly. We have 2 wonderful grandkids with her.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's been, and the thing I think the most is like her adoptive mother, who, is her mother.
Right.
I give all the kudos to her because she was okay with us becoming a part of her life, and she's probably the best, strongest person I know.
That's awesome.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Denise. Appreciate it. Bill, you found out your dad was not your real dad?
Yes.
Oy.
So it was an odd thing. It was on Easter, and I told my mom that I was going to be doing one of those DNA tests just to, get family background stuff.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, okay. And then like 2 weeks later, she showed up to my house with who I thought was my dad. And they've been divorced for 20 years. So that was weird. And they were like, yeah, we got something to tell you. Your dad's not really your dad.
Wow.
Well, who was your dad? Was it somebody that was still in your life?
Somebody famous?
No, I've never met him before. And I still haven't. I've looked him up on Facebook and stuff like that, but I haven't actually talked to him yet.
Is he in the area?
But yeah, when you find out, kind of, she's like 3 hours southwest.
Okay, so here's my question: does your biological father know that he's your biological father?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Do you want to look him? Do you want to talk to him?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really see the point.
Wow,
that's okay.
I mean, I've got a whole other half family that I've never met.
I mean, we can call him right now, dude.
In fact, he's on the other line.
Yeah, we got in studio. It's your dad.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a crazy story,
dude. The real one that I want to know is, are there any sons or daughters out there that found out that their father is not their biological father and knows that they don't know that knows that the biological father, that the father figure does not know?
Oh, their father figure doesn't know that they're not their kid.
Riz, you do 23andMe and you found out that your dad's not your dad, but he doesn't know that. Can you imagine what's now in your responsibility? Like now you have to hold that, know it, and hold it. Do you speak to your mother about it? Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, where do you go? That has happened. You know that's out
yeah.
there. That's happened.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that's happened.
What?
Oh yeah.
What do you?
Not nice.
What?
Not nice.
Not nice.
All right, Moon, quickly, what's going on?
Sports presented by DraftKings, the Casino Queen. Play, stay, and dine. Visit DraftKingsTheCasinoQueen.com for special promotions. Boys, the Cardinals open their season with a statement, sweeping the Twins and capping it with a dominant 9-2 win on Sunday at Busch Stadium. Victor Scott II put up a 3-run blast to help the Cards pull away early. Here is the audio from that one.
Okay, here we go. Audio from the game. Hang on. It's coming at you.
Presentó el lanzamiento para Pedro. Batazo elevado, profundo. Jardín izquierdo, la pelota se va. Yabba dabba duro.
Did he just yabba dabba do? He did.
Yabba dabba duro.
Cuadrangular de 3 carreras. Y esto es una fiesta en domingo. 8-1. Arriba los Cardenales.
the best.
Yeah.
In Spanish, Moon, that means yabba dabba doo. I don't know if you know that.
Okay. Well, Nolan Gorman and Pedro Pajes came off the bench with matching 3-hit, 1-homer performances. Here is some audio from Pajes' 3-run smackaroo.
Vamos. Elevado, profundo, jardín derecho para atrás, el jardinero más atrás, se le acabó el camino. The Young Birds con Victor Scott de la mano, se van arriba, cuadrangular a la historia. Los Cardenales.
Did I play the wrong one?
I think so. No big deal.
I played him in reverse.
No big
Told me to
deal.
left to right.
No one could tell. Strong starts from the rotation.
Our
here.
Spanish-speaking friends could tell.
Absolutely.
My apologies.
That's right.
guys.
Thank you, Polo, for sending those over. Near perfect bullpen, airtight defense, including Steven Matz's first career save, highlighted a true team effort. Pretty awesome. Now, listen to this. This was the club's first season opening sweep at home since 2003 and the first overall since 2006 when they went on to win the World Series. Historically,
Let's not get our hopes up.
What?
Listen, historically, this kind of start bodes well. St. Louis has begun 3-0 17 times since 1901, and 5 of those seasons had ended up with a trip to the Fall Classic, including 4 championships. Even more promising, they finished with a winning record in 13 of those 16 previous fast starts, while 159 games still remain. If history's any guide, this strong opening might be the beginning of something
All right,
special.
put their name on the trophy already.
and could go against all the naysayers and Mosaic booers from opening night. Did you hear that? They booed him bad. Did you guys see the torpedo bats that the Yankees are using?
Yeah, I've been wondering about these.
Dude, these things are cool.
How they're legal.
Unfortunately for conspiracy theorists and tinfoil hat wearers like King Scott, there is no secret to the Yankees bat laboratory. There is no hidden lab beneath the four-train, like people are saying. And these new age sticks made over the weekend, made news over the weekend because a lot of people are saying this is illegal. You know, these torpedo bats shouldn't be allowed. Well, they are legal. And New York hitters blasted 9 home runs against the Brewers, the highest single game tally in the franchise 122-year history. A day later, the Bronx Bombers went deep 4 more times in a series sweeping 12-3 drubbing. People are ripping balls out just left and right.
Cardinals get these bats. Cardinals get these bats.
And a lot of players are looking into it. A lot of different teams. Now, there's other teams that have been doing different bats and all that anyway. But Aaron Judge smacked like 3 or 4 in a single game, and he was not using the torpedo
Because he doesn't need help.
I got some more, but I'll get to it tomorrow. St. Louis City SC fell 1-0 to Austin FC on Sunday. It was a bummer.
And the Blues?
Oh, shoot. I didn't get to the Blues.
The Blues
stuff,
have
sorry.
won 9 games in a row, guys.
That's right. That was on Saturday.
The Blues have won 9 games in a row, and the Battlehawks won like 30-0 on Friday.
They crushed.
What a winning weekend.
Except for City SC.
I'll get to more tomorrow, but I'm Moon, and that's your sports for today because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
Thank you. One final break. We'll come back, wrap her up.
Well, here we are at the Chaffetz Arena, gigantic show tonight with the Killers, joined by Brandon and Ronnie. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Flooring. If you're in the market for floors, might I suggest Mike Reynolds, his company. He's the real Michael, the guy that has his name on the door. He's the guy putting in your floors. His team is usually. I'm sure he still goes out every now and then to different jobs. But he's been doing it for so long. I'll tell you this much. The people that work at Michael's Flooring, they're professional. They understand that it's a hassle to get your floors redone, right? They're literally taking out your old floors, put the new floors in. They're going to be efficient, professional. They're going to do the job in a way that is accommodating to what your needs are. And that is how they've been able to last for 3 decades in St. Louis. Great product, professionalism, and keeping the St. Louis customer in mind because you got a busy life. And let's get these damn floors done. So if you are in the market for them, if it's carpet or tile, hardwoods, go online, go to igotfloored.com, kind of do your little stockage that you'll do online before you actually physically step into one of the locations for Michael's Flooring. But then go down there, say you heard about it on the Riz Show and that you want to see Mike Reynolds. You've been hearing all about his ponytail. Tell him Lern says what's up. Michael's Flooring, igotfloored.com.
Never been sure.
Paps, be good to your daughters. That's how you know to be good. 'Cause some will turn to mommies when others will be daughters. And dads, that's how your brothers can be mothers too. That was John Mayer. Daughters.
Is our guest on the phone?
Some guy named Bert on the phone.
Oh.
Bert.
Hopefully
That's the guy who's supposed to be calling, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the machine, Bert Kreischer on the phone.
Hey, man.
That was well played, gentlemen. That was well played.
Well, we're expecting a call from Bert Cummings, too, so we're not sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
You know, it's funny. I told my son yesterday, I was like, hey, I have one of my favorite comedians on the show tomorrow. He goes, awesome, you have Kevin Hart on. I go, damn it.
My daughters and I saw Jumanji, the first one, for the first time, and I was like, I got out and I was like, God, I want to like text Kevin and tell him how great that movie was. And they're like, Kevin who? I said, Kevin Hart. And they go, you know Kevin Hart? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, Dad, come on, you don't have to lie to us. I was like, no, I know Kevin Hart. They're like, Dad, how would he know a guy like you? I was like, you know, he's a comedian, right? And they're like, yeah, but he does like big shows. I'm like, oh my God.
Do your kids think you're cool?
No, not at all. Not even remotely. Not even remotely.
Really? So, I mean, you have a lot of very famous friends, and they're not impressed?
Well, first of all, my daughter's not a friend. My oldest daughter's not a huge fan of Joe Rogan's.
I'm talking to you. You don't feel like you did when you're in your 30s. You're in your 40s now, and I hate that over-the-hill thing. Move the hill. Everything's downhill from here. That's a defeatist attitude, fellas. There's a place for us. It's called Mentality. Mentality Health. You have 2 locations, Chesterfield and South County. Fellas, you may be feeling the way you feel because of low testosterone. Low energy, low motivation, you're tired all the time, you weight gain, muscle loss, feeling anxious, moody, irritable, low libido, which could, hurt relationships. Mentality is a place that focuses on free testosterone levels, which many doctors overlook, ensuring your treatment is tailored to you and your body. Treatments are designed to fit your life, even with a busy schedule, and most insurance is accepted. So stop settling for what you are right now, which is just a big lump. Be the dad who can keep up with the kids. Be a husband. Your spouse knows you could be. Feel and perform like you did 5 or 10 years ago. Whether it's at work, at the gym, or even at home. Stop settling for a fraction of your potential. Hit up Mentality. Chesterfield and South County, mentalityhealth.com/radio, mentalityhealth.com/radio.
It's like Blink-182. Good to go? All right, we are very, very excited about this one tonight. I have to tell you this, Amy Lee. Amy Lee from Evanescence.
Hi.
Peabody Opera House show tonight. So it was so great when we announced this particular show because it was almost like a firework that went off twice. Because people were like, oh, Evanescence is coming back. And they'd be excited. And then, oh, it's with an orchestra. Ooh, you know what I mean? People were so excited about this and playing this beautiful Peabody Opera House. It's the perfect place for it. You've got to play some pretty great venues during this run with the orchestra, right?
That's right. It's been a whole new world. Normally, what we gravitate towards and what I want is like no seats in the house, like no built-in seats. We have people standing up. It's rock and roll, Everything about it is this whole different vibe. And this time, for the first time in, I don't know, over 15 years, it's like, okay, we need like classy, beautiful theaters with seats, and we're going to make a program, and I might wear some fancy clothes. It's going to be all different. It's been really beautiful. We played some historical places. One of my favorite theaters in my hometown in New York is in Brooklyn. It's called the King's Theater, and we just got to actually play there after, I'd only been there seeing other things that I'm a big fan of. I saw Bjork there. I saw Erykah Badu there, and it was such an experience. Really, it's been very fun and fun in a different way, like almost like, whoa, like out-of-body experience kind of cool thing to do this.
Because it's not, this is not and I don't want to use the word typical.
No,
This is not the normal run. There's a lot that goes into this, and I want to get to that in just a second. But I want to know when the idea for all of this first came about, the reimagining of the songs, and then the orchestra and all of that. I want to kind of know the genesis of that.
It just sort of happened one piece at a time. The thing is, it's not so much like a brand new crazy idea, like if we did like a polka version of all of our songs or something. It's coming from...
Buy a home. Look at you. You're going to stop renting and build some equity? You got to call Kevin Putney first before you call the realtor. And I say this, I'm not taking anything away from realtors because, of course, they're a big part
of the whole process. But the realtors will show you, square footage. They'll show you how many bedrooms there are, what the backyard looks like. Kevin, before you even look at the house, will take care of the financing for you. Get you qualified, get you approved. This way, you know how much house you can afford. And when you do find your dream home and there are multiple offers on the table, you are ready to go with the offer. So lower your monthly payments or shorten your loan term if you want to refinance with Kevin. Let's say you want to do a new bathroom or a new kitchen, access your home's equity for renovations or major expenses. Kevin will get you the money within 5 days. And, of course, that new home purchase. Secure your dream home with more affordable financing. And he's got all sorts of programs, whether it be down payment assistance or, first-time home buyer assistance. It's Kevin Putney, 314-862-0123, 314-862-0123, online at 123mortgage.com. Kevin Putney, Equalizing Opportunity, all loans subject to underwriting approval, restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, 123mortgage.com, 314-862-0123.
All right, here we are backstage, Wayback Point Fest, with the boys from Lit. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you again.
We're doing great. Great to see you guys.
Okay, first and foremost, I hear that there is illness sweeping through the Lit camp. Can we confirm, deny what's going on?
I'd rather not use the word sweeping through because it's just one guy at the moment, and luckily we're at the tail end. We got like less than a week left of the tour.
Man, so you're hanging on.
We've been out for over 10 weeks, or about 10 weeks, and that's not bad. And
logistical question for those of us that have never had to do this. And obviously the advent of the urgent care probably changes the game a little bit. Yeah. But when you guys are in East Lansing or wherever the hell and you're nowhere near home, somebody gets sick, it gets to the point where you're like, we got to do something. What do you do?
We have doctors we can call. And they'll phone in a prescription. I'm surprised he didn't do that today.
Yeah.
Maybe thinks hard on himself.
That's all right.
It is Labor Day. Yeah. Thanks, Christian.
Well, so new album is out as we speak.
Yeah, album's out.
I find it very interesting to me, and it seems as though the reviewers are the first ones to point out how different a record is, where the fans, and I've seen you guys even talk about this, go, no, man, our fans know that our music is a part of everything. We do a little bit of everything. So it seems like the reviewers are more surprised than the actual fans are, yes?
Yeah, I think usually for me, we were just talking about that. Of course.
I'm glad it wasn't me.
Usually, and he answers the phone.
Right, that's like he's doing.
I was going to say the naysayers usually are the ones that haven't. It's off now. Let me see that phone. Yeah. There it is. You just totally almost a smart drop. Are we going to edit this? Or are we just going to?
No, we're going to keep it in, man. This is how it goes.
I mean, usually people that have kind of been out of the loop over the course of the last 18 years, 20 years, and then they hear a new song. It doesn't matter if it's like, to me, I use the analogy like looking back at pictures of your friends 20 years ago, or like hanging out at with the group you hung out with and the things you did and the things you wore, and then fast forward 20 years, you're going to be shocked by what you see. You're going to be like, oh, Jesus, I haven't seen you in forever. The fans that have followed along, they've kind of been along with the growth of the band, and although this new record has taken a little bit of a turn.
There's a reason that Moon, Rafe, and myself, we go to Victor Men's Health. I mean, for me, I started years ago. I was just feeling super sluggish. I was just a giant, gross, sweaty slug when I went in there, and they took a deep look in to see what's going on, and they found out what I was battling. I was low in testosterone, vitamin D deficient, all this stuff was off, and they figured that out, and they got me fine-tuned where I feel incredible now. I mean, I'm working out, and my brain fog is just completely gone. In fact, Moon and Rafe, they've seen great results as well, and you will too. And I'll be heading over there in just a little bit today, which I'm excited because it's a vitamin drip therapy day. That's right, it's a big party over there where I go and I get that vitamin drip therapy, and it just gets you replenished, recharged, rehydrated. It makes you feel absolutely incredible, and it's so essential to get those vitamins and minerals in your body, and that is in a very effective, incredible way. And plus, you get to sit in those massage chairs. It's worth your time. So go to Victor Men's Health. I mean, they got 4 locations, and both O'Fallon's, O'Fallon, Illinois, O'Fallon, Missouri, Town and Country, where Moon, Rafe, and I go, or Sunset Hills. So go to Victor Men's Health, get yourself figured out, get yourself fine-tuned, and be the man you want to be. Go to victormenshealth.com. That's victormenshealth.com.
All right, so the lead-off interview for Point Fest 2019. My guy Claudio from Coheed and Cambria. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
You know, I believe the last time that you were here, and I so wish that I could have talked to you while that it was happening. Coheed was playing a show at the pageant, and oh my gosh, the hubbub about your hair was on that day, man. Like it was so fascinating to watch some of your fans completely lose their minds about that. And I'm curious from your perspective because, you know, I mean, I know that the music is so important and everything that goes involved in this is such a big deal. And the hair thing to me seems like it would be something that you would be a little uncomfortable with as far as like the direct attention of it all. How do you take it? Do you just think it's kind of a goof and move on with it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was just having a good time. You know, doing this for a living, you don't want to take yourself too seriously. And I know that that's something that a lot of people think with Coheed and its whole like concept and, you know, it's just so inflated. But at the same time, it's like we're really just out here to kind of have a good time, and that was just a way to kill time and just have fun. So
what was amazing to me was that you had made a social media post about it, and then like an hour later, like all of the websites picked up on it. So it was just like social media crazy for a few hours. Like it just really caught fire, and I was like, this is about this man's hair. So I think today, if I'm not mistaken, even though Mastodon is not here, this kind of sort of begins that trek with Mastodon. And when I was reading an interview with you kind of talking about both of you guys going out, it was really cool to read and really kind of feel you a bit fanboy out about being able to be on the road with those guys. So this is nothing that's ever happened before. The first time that you've been out on an extended run with them.
Yeah.
But they've been friends with you guys for a while. You've been mutual friends, kind of thing.
So, somewhat. I mean, we've just kind of been in the same circles, and you know, we've seen each other's bands on tour, like, you know, whether it's in festival situations.
Well, here we got the Final Four coming up on Saturday. And listen, nothing beats the madness. So grab your phone and your dancing shoes because you got to make your entries on March college basketball with Underdog. Now, here's how it works. Just pick whether a player will go higher or lower on their stats. Points, assists, rebounds, you name it. And you don't need a big bankroll to play. Start with as little as $1. And if you get everything right, you could turn that dollar into $1,000. And they've got all your favorite leagues and teams and stars to choose from. So you could do, you know, one entry college basketball, one entry NHL, another entry baseball. You can mix and match across sports. Millions of fans have already won big on Underdog. And with over 100,000 five-star reviews, you know they're the real deal. So download the Underdog app, sign up now using the promo code RIZ, R-I-Z-Z. Unlock that special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun today when you sign up with promo code RIZ. Claim your special offer, get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon your first deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24% HOPE line at 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
What an absolute honor. This is first Ho-Ho show of 2017. Headliner tonight, Rise Against, Tim McElrath from Rise Against. Absolute pleasure to meet you, man.
Good to be here, yeah.
So, okay, a couple of things that I wanted to ask you about, but I think I'm going to kind of start on the serious side of things, if that's all right with you.
Let's do it.
It is an unbelievable time in our country politically. Some people would maybe not say that it's a sad time politically, but I think that it's one of the lowest points that I can ever remember.
Yeah.
As somebody that is keeping track of what's going on in the world, like I know you guys do, sometimes myself I get so frustrated with just the daily just punch in the face of it all that I kind of want to back away from it. How do you consume the news that's out there, and do you ever get that feeling like when you're reading like Twitter or Facebook or something like, God, I feel like I got punched in the face just trying to get through the news of the day?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's so overwhelming, and you're like, we live in such a tumultuous time right now, especially in American history. And for a band like us who've been plugging away this for like 18 years and singing about the ills of society and singing about things where places where we find injustice, we want to like, you know, put water where the fire is. You know, it's kind of what we do. And so to have all these ideas that we thought we'd been made such progress on, we made such progress on, I feel like racism and sexism and homophobia and xenophobia, and I feel like all that stuff kind of has come to rear its ugly head back again, and in this administration has such a permissive culture around all those ideas, which is sad. It lets you know and reminds you that the monsters of racism and sexism don't ever really go away. You know, we put them behind bars, but they find their way out, you know, if we don't constantly maintain that visibility on those issues. And so it's interesting, as a band that's been trying to rile people up for 18 years.
So you want a healthy, green, luscious, amazing lawn? Well, you don't just trust anybody. You got to go with the pros. They got to go with the folks who know how to treat our yards here in Missouri and in the Midwest, and that is Green Envy Lawns. They've been doing this in St. Louis now for over a decade, so they know what they're doing. In fact, they have service professionals that are commercially licensed applicators certified by the Missouri Department of Agriculture. These aren't part-timers. These aren't high school kids. These are legit pros, background checks, the whole 9 yards, so you know you can trust them when they're on your property. Plus, they're going to take care of your yard. You're going to have the best-looking yard on your street, which is a fantastic thing. I love having them come out. They've been coming out to my house for a couple years now, and I'm so grateful they do. So have Green Envy Lawns swing by, because they use applicators that are just formulated for our soil right here, our weather conditions, and even the turf types. They're not using some generic, cheap, ineffective product. No, they use stuff that is made for us right here. And with the rain that we've had all weekend long, I mean, those weeds are about to shoot up. So get this taken care of before you get overwhelmed with weeds. Make your yard look green and beautiful all year. Go to Green Envy Lawns. That's greenenvylawns.com.
Let's get to Moon's list of things he would like
Moon's
to achieve
bucket
before
list.
death.
There's some cool ones on here, man. There's a couple cool ones. Let's start with number one. Moon wants to drive a monster truck, which is rad as hell. And I at least want to ride shotgun.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. Growing up in St. Louis, big Bigfoot fan, as everyone should be.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, we've gone to this Monster Jam. You know, Monster Jam always invites me out and has had me out for years and years, and take the kids, and it's just been the most fun experience every single time it comes through. We do a whole family event with it, and every time, you know, Scott and I have done this, where we get down on the track, on the dirt beforehand for the pre-show, and when you're next to one, how can you not be driven to want to drive it?
You
sit there and you go, I am compelled.
You have?
Oh yeah. I drove the tailgater.
Dang.
A couple years ago.
Did not know that.
There's no second seat. It's only one seat, so you can't ride shotgun.
Dang. That's fine. Man. That's better.
I want to go.
Probably, and I have pictures, probably one of the coolest things I've done. I got to drive it over at the racetrack.
I didn't know.
I didn't get to crush any cars.
You didn't?
No.
Just candy.
They let me by myself in the car, like here.
Yeah.
Now, they did
You
have
got the foot pedals and everything?
The whole thing.
Oh, see, this is what I want to do.
The whole thing.
Dude.
Now, the guy whose truck it was did have a kill switch, and they have those.
Yeah, that's fine.
And they have those just in case I got out of control.
Just in case I
drove
try
like
to
a
backflip.
remote
Wait a minute.
kill switch. Like a remote kill switch.
He's going for the backflip.
Yeah. All
That's
the trucks
dope.
have them.
Can I ask this?
That is a great bucket list item, and
yeah, that one's
That is
awesome.
great. In my head, every monster truck has that gas pedal that looks like a bare foot.
Yep. With a claw.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Like it just looks like 5 toes and a bare foot that's like says life rips on it or something like that.
you got to climb in, through the bottom.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Doors don't
man,
open.
dude, I am jealous
no
of
doors.
this.
Yeah, this one's so cool. I hope Corey Rumble is the one that lets you ride it.
Men's Health, guys. I talk about it all the time. I'm going to continue to talk about it. You got to go to Victory. Moon and I were just talking on the last break about this Niagen drip. You got to check that out. It's an IV drip that actually helps reverse aging that they just added to the arsenal of treatments that they have at Victory Men's Health. Whatever's going on with you, they got something for you. Having problems in the bedroom? Got a treatment for that. Need to drop a few pounds? Got a treatment for that. Got low T? Got a treatment for that. Maybe just peptides. Get you feeling like yourself again? Got a treatment for that. Feeling old? Lines in your face? Got red light collagen treatment for that. Vitamin deficiency treatment for that. Must I go on? There's so much more. Cardiovascular testing at the Sunset Hills location. And it's not a one-size-fits-all, guys. They're going to figure out what's going on with you, test your blood, and get you on a customized treatment plan that's addressing the issues that are important to you. And they're their biggest cheerleader along the way. I know my girl Allison Hill is leaving Victory. I'm sad to hear that. She's been there 5 years. She was my point guard, my biggest cheerleader along the way. I wish her the best. But, man, everybody at Victory is checking up on you, and they become your partner in your health journey. So you're not alone, and it's a lot easier to do with the team around you, and it's worth the investment in your life for your health and your family. Go to victorymenshealth.com to schedule an appointment at one of their 4 locations. That's victorymenshealth.com.
So let's start off with an easy one.
Okay.
You have this incredible career with Everclear.
Right.
Made all of these records. You've had, I would think, multiple opportunities to do like a solo record, but you're going to put out a solo record for seemingly the first time in your career.
For not seemingly the first time.
The first time in your career. Why now?
Well, I mean, you know as well as I do that Everclear has been my baby from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's my thing. So as far as doing a rock band situation, I never felt really a need to do a solo record. I tried to do one once, and it turned into an Everclear record. And I wanted this to be different. I wanted this to be just me playing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mostly acoustic guitar, acoustic bass, some keyboards, some drums, not drums on every song. I sing all the vocals. I play all the instruments. Co-produced it with a friend of mine who's a great engineer, producer. And, yeah, it's very raw. It sounds like it sounds like an Everclear meets Cat Stevens meets Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young.
Oh, wow.
But with some Elvis Costello in there.
All right. I like it. I look forward to that. One of the reasons that I've always liked you and liked your band is because there was always this sort of punk sensibility on those and not only a punk sensibility in the music, but you as well sort of have a little bit of that punk rock swagger.
Absolutely. I've always had that. I've always seen myself in the punk rock aesthetic.
Well, but you're
You know
buddies
what I
with
mean?
like Jim Lindbergh from Pennywise and those guys, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't mean to name drop.
No. We're all suburban dads,
Right.
that live in Southern California that all grew up with a lot of the same music. They went a lot more punk rock than I did. I'm older than those guys, so there's more of a sense of melody to it as far as I'm concerned. But I mean, underlying, I've always looked at Everclear as a punk/hard rock band with a singer-songwriter. That's what we are.
Well, absolutely.
And it's not, it's not reinventing the wheel, but it's unique in its own right. And that's what we are.
Yeah, agreed. There are some artists that we have that will play our way back show and will not want us to use the phrase way back when we're kind of speaking of them. You, on the other hand, you do the Summerland Festival. You embrace that.
Why not?
Yeah, that's kind of more my question for you. You know what I mean? Like, why do you think some other artists have like a hard time? Like, just people like it. No, they're coming out to see you no matter what it's called.
A lot of people, especially people who feel a little insecure about where they are in the world, in my experience, seem to think that if they embrace any kind of, what's the word you want to use for it? Any kind of affection or acknowledgement of the old days, that it means that they're not relevant.
Beautiful cedar fence or a vinyl fence, or even they'll do steel and chain link. And of course, their bread and butter, the decks, natural cedar decks, the Vecca decking, the strongest deck in the industry, no maintenance. They match the color right to your house perfectly. plus custom sunrooms and screened rooms, pergolas, patios, retaining walls, and windows. All the products guaranteed by a 5-year labor warranty. And when you mention the Riz Show this month, you'll get 20% off your next installed outdoor project with Chesterfield Fence and Deck online at chesterfieldfence.com. After all, who doesn't want a bigger deck?
All right, Point Fest 2022. It is Liv and I.
All right, that is it for us. Appreciate you all tuning in. If you missed anything on the show today, clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast, which is sponsored by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Today's podcast is titled
A Pretty Unpleasant Smell.
All right. Check out episodes 6, 7, and 8 for the Riz Olympics. Up for you to enjoy now. The thrilling conclusion of the Riz Olympics, brought to you by DraftKings. Watch it wherever you watch your YouTube videos on the Points YouTube page. Moon, what else?
CanYouFeelThePunkTonight.com, Saturday, May 3rd in St. Louis, Saturday, August 9th in Chicago, and Sunday, August 10th in Madison, Wisconsin. CanYouFeelThePunkTonight.com. Don't miss the show.
All right, Lern.
Yeah, just follow us on the socials at Riz Show, wherever you are, and you can find us all there. Thanks.
Rafe.
Check out the Riz Olympics conclusion, and guess what? Peoria.
What?
I'm coming back.
Whoa!
April 11th and 12th.
Repeat offender.
I love that city so much. As I said in the memoriam, I'm coming back for a second helping. 11th and 12th, Jukebox Comedy Club. Get tickets at Jukebox Comedy Club.
What if they booked you for a place that doesn't exist just to get you up there and beat the hell out of you? It's like an alley. You're like, I thought this was a comedy club.
I welcome
like,
my
I'm here at the address. Where is it? It's like a field.
Yeah, you start hearing chains rattling.
Yeah, it says it's a butcher shop, but I'll go inside.
Scott.
Yeah, don't forget to sign your band up, or if you're a musician that plays on social media, or if you play out in concert and you want to be heard, reach out. Go to 1057thepoint.com/breakingbands for a chance to be on the #1 Breaking Bands podcast in the world with Clownvis and me.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our Team Riz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Riz Show, and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From St. Louis, Jeffrey Clark is our Team Riz Member of the Day. He wants to hear this song. Here it is. Enjoy. Have a great rest of your day. We will